Welcome back, YouTube. Today I got some alternative endings for the Dante route in PioFiore. I collected all the bad endings here, including the tragic ending. You can watch me play live at twitch.tv/Pinker NeonNova. Enjoy the video! You can see at the bottom we're still doing the Dante routes, but we're just doing some alternative endings today, so I am going to use a walkthrough. I fast forwarded it to the first different change I have to make. Can you guys hear the game? I don't think I can hear the game. Nope, it's not a yaoi game. Give me a second. I can't hear my game. It's very quiet. Yeah, that'll happen. Why can't I hear my game? Oop, that's my computer. Elgato, change you to monitor off, close. Okay, I think that's better balanced where I like it. There we go. Yeah, I keep the music pretty low on it, so here we go. All right, where is my walkthrough? So again, I'm using the walkthrough that is on otomekitten.com. A scientist. He's not a scientist, he's a mafia man. Long time no see. Hi, Hamster. Oh, I'm a magical girl, Hamster. Remember that. I'm only a scientist on Rand's server. Alright. So, yes, we're playing PioFiore. PioFiore. We are doing a lot of fast forwarding here today. Getting some bad endings. Sorry, magician. Magical girl. And yeah, if you play Otome games and you need walkthroughs, you want to go to otomekitten.com. They have amazing walkthroughs. Not sponsored, I just love them. All right, let's go. Let's go. You seem happy is the right choice. No, it's that you seem quite happy. Why wouldn't I be happy? A cute girl like yourself has graced us with her presence. It sounds like he's playing with me. I didn't come here because I wanted to. I was certain he knew that. Sorry, I thought I might cheer you up, but it seems as though I've gone a bit too far. Fast forward time. So it's going to fast forward through everything I've already seen. What's happened? It's unusual to hear from you like this. It's about the Lao Shu. I'm assuming it's urgent. Knock, knock, knock. Ugh. The door opened without a warning. There was only one person who would be able to get away with that. Who's there? I nodded at him to wait. Nicola nodded back with a grin on his face. Yes, I need to talk to you today. Got it. I'll be there tonight. Let's say 10 o'clock. I'll be in my office. Let me know if you'll be late. And the police may want to increase their patrols around Arca. Let's talk about it tonight. See ya. You haven't slept at all, have you, Dante? I'll sleep when I need to. We have bigger problems to deal with. I understand. We don't have time, but I didn't expect for us to place her under our custody. We should have taken custody of her much sooner. I don't think we're ready, though. Did you say something, Nicola? No, nothing. I just think that things are going to get real busy. Fast forward. Speak in private with Dante. So right now we're going for bad endings and the best ending. I'm sorry if I don't stop on the CGs, guys. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'll just keep quiet. For now, you mean? I mean, I know I'm acting out of line, especially since you're trying to protect me. I'm sorry. I've read this all, though. If you want to see all the videos of this gameplay, it's up on my YouTube. I'm sorry. I've read this all. Well, if you understand that, all is well. But that doesn't change how I feel. If you don't explain to me what's really going on, I may try to escape again. Are you threatening me? Yes, I am. Not at all. I just wanted to be honest with you. I don't like lying to people. I suppose that makes sense. He gave a small smile. At least he wasn't angry at all. Oh, look at his little smile. We love the tsundere smile. Fast forward time. Chapter 2. Look at that. It only took a minute. Whereas last time I played it, it took me like 2 hours. I can't do the tentacle, sorry. This is not friendly. Fast forward magic. That's Leo. He's best boy. We don't get to date him ever. He's just cute. Listen, we're not going to get a good real chunk of dialogue until we hit chapter 6. Oh, so you've read Kyoto before then? Yes, I think I did read it. Is that so? I wouldn't mind hearing what you thought about it. That's fine. But did you actually enjoy the story? Of course. I've been wanting to discuss it with someone. Oh, You know how...
話が弾みそうなところ
Excuse
悪
me
い
for
けど、
interrupting,
それは
but do you
僕が
mind
読み終わってからに
waiting
して
to
ほし
talk
い
about it
な。
until after I finished reading it? Shut up, Nicola! Never get to date the forever wifeys. Ah, I'm sorry. I wouldn't want to spoil the story.
じゃあ、僕が読み終わったら3人でお茶でも飲みなが
Then
ら感想を言おう。
let's all have a conversation about it over some tea after I'm done. Shut up, Nicola. You don't read. You're too pretty for that. That would be wonderful. I can't wait.
なんでもそれでいいかな。
Is that all right with you, Dante?
ああ、構わない。
Sure, that's fine. I couldn't wait for the day to come when we could discuss our impressions of the story. We don't like Nicola in this storyline. He was fine in his own, but not this one. Hold on. I'll slow down for this one. This is the best CG. No, you heard a cat. That's why I'm slowing down. To give you the best CG. Look at, he's holding my kitty. And it's not a euphemism. See? He's holding the kitty. Look at, the tsundere is a soft boy. A soft boy. Hold me, I'm a kitty. I'm a werewolf. Oh. Oh, your cat is meowing at the cat in game. That's cute. Back to fast forwarding. Can I trust you? Can I trust you? It bothers me that every day passes without much knowledge on what's going on. And yet, I want to believe in him. I want to believe that this expression shows his true nature. He didn't flinch at my sudden query, and instead answered me very calmly. It's hard to convince someone to believe in what the mafia has to say. But I have my pride and honor as boss. There are some things I will never do. Never do? Like? I can promise you that I will never do anything that goes against my honor. Your honor means nothing to me, sir. Thank you for saying so, Dante. I felt I understood what he was getting at. You don't. The person in front of me is the pride of the Falzone family. I should believe in his honor as a boss. I respect the fact that you're carrying a family as their boss at such a young age. Dante closed his eyes and in a calm manner began to speak. Each person is born to their own fate, a destiny of sorts. Many do not encounter their fate in their lifetime. But I can see mine, which is why I have no regrets with where I am and what I'm doing. Sister Sophia said something similar before. She mentioned that people are given a destiny by God, and to move forward without fail once you realize what you are destined for. His words were reminiscent of Sister Sophia's, which brought my emotions to the surface. Pink? Tears began to flow from my eyes. I could tell Dante was surprised by my reaction. I'm sorry. It's just that... Carlo jumped onto the ground, sensing Dante's movement. I suddenly remembered Sister Sophia. Dante stood and quietly came towards me. As I kept my head down to hide my tears. Ah! He patted me on the back as if he were consoling a small child. Ah! The warmth of his hand slowly melted away the tension holding back my tears. And just like that, tears flooded out my eyes. It's normal to cry when you lose a family member. Sister Sophia. I couldn't hold myself back any longer. I was simply a crying child, my face drenched in tears. Dante continued to rub my back gently throughout my sobbing. His warmth is something I could trust. It felt as if his warmth lifted my soul out of the pain that racked my physical body. Oh, we're back to fast forward territory. Beautiful. What you guys talking about? Calzones? Oh, yummy. I want one. You do know that offering roses like this could be misinterpreted. Crimson roses were also used to express love for another person. I doubt he has any intention of showing his love, but I had never been given roses like this before. So my words came out quite harsh. But Dante didn't show any anger and instead smiled at me. Yes, you're right. I couldn't tell what his gentle smile was trying to convey, but I could feel my heart racing and my cheeks stung with embarrassment. Damn, boy. It's chapter 2 and you love me already? What a difference it makes when you make the right decisions. Coffee. Yeah, you need like a thin crust calzone. I'm glad we're fast forwarding through this part. You don't need to know what's happening. It's not gruesome at all. Wait until the third for a wedding. I mean, we're already living together in sin, so. It's too bad you guys are only hearing snippets of the music. It's a banger. These songs are bangers. So one thing I really like about Otome games, they're got really good soundtracks. Oh right, I forgot that Nicola tries to flirt with me. Oh hi, handsome. Only one mafia boss is getting our sin in this playthrough, and that's Dante. I've already given my sin to a different mafia boss in a different playthrough. And that was great. I mean, technically, the first person I gave my sin to in this game was Nicola. But, you know, it happens. There's a reason why you don't drink coffee at night. You just get hiccups and burps. At least I do. Sharing 2. Where was sharing 1? I don't remember.
また大きな襲撃になる。
Hi, Gil. Coffee is my dumpster fire vibe. With the police in sight, the Laoshu quickly turned down their heels and ran away. Press miss. Is this a new scene? No, it's just for like extra background characters. They don't show their faces. So like for the generic mobsters, they don't have faces. But if they're important, they get a face. It's too dangerous. I pursed my lips and kept quiet. I couldn't possibly just send Leo off with a smile.
俺できるだけ急ぎますか
Don't
ら
worry, I'll be back real quick. No, Leo, it's too dangerous. Why don't we just borrow the phone at the police station and call for a ride?
それは
But if we do that, the boss might find out we left the mansion without his
あなたの
permission.
外出が過去の耳に入る可能性があります。俺が怒られるのは
I'm
いいですけ
fine
ど
being yelled at, but I can't bear to think of you being reprimanded. Leo,
大丈夫です。
don't
すぐに
worry.
戻ってきます。
I'll be right back. Okay. Leo was smiling at me, so I reluctantly agreed to his plan. Please be careful, Leo. Look at that baby boy. Look at his little face and his smile and his beautiful eyes.
任せてください。
No worries at all.
お二人に
May I ask you to both take care of her a while I'm gone? I'll be right back.
わかった。
Fast forward. Ah! No! Hold on. I skipped over something I shouldn't have skipped over. I got too distracted by Yang. Look at him. This is Yang. He's another mafia boss. I did his route last time. He's beautiful and perfect. He's the yandere of this game. I'm so down bad for him. Whenever he shows up, I'm like, he's gonna murder me, and I love it.
お前は
But I came back to play this scene. Specifically, because I need to. Hi, Yang. My murder husband. Stay, Yang. Come back. I wanted to learn what the Key Maiden was. Fast forward. Chapter 5. We're getting there, guys. We're getting close to a bad ending. I don't trust you. Sorry, Orlok. Next route, we'll make kissy faces at each other. Bye, kitty. Oh, now we're living together in the safe house, just me and Dante. Out of wedlock, how dare we? It's better to know than to not know. Look at it. Look at his face. Look at how cute he is. No, against the couch. Our cat tripped us and we fell on top of him. We're both tsunderes. He's so pretty. He's got another really good CG coming up soon, too. Nothing? This is just a coincidence. But if you didn't do anything, you wouldn't be in this situation. I'm telling you the truth. I wasn't trying to do something while you were asleep. Ugh.
まあ仮に
Well,
襲われても
even if you
お
did,
前が相手なら軽く組み伏せられ
I
ると
could
思う
probably counter and pin you down easily. Dante! Whew! Sir! This was just an accident, really.
悪意がないのはよくわかる
I understand it wasn't
俺は
malicious,
どうすれ
but
ばいいんだ
what do you want me to do here? Me! Thirsty sword lesbians? Oh, that's a TTRPG. I'm just gonna go look for a game immediately after stream. Huh?
立ち上がれないようなら手を貸す
If you can't push yourself back up,
構わないな
I can help. That is, if you don't mind my holding you. I don't. Wait, let me think for a second. I needed to somehow make space between Dante and myself, but I couldn't move because he was too close. I could feel my heart beating faster now. What should I... My mind was starting to overheat. Looking into his beautiful eyes was mesmerizing. I couldn't get my thoughts together. I felt like I was floating on air. Yes, sir, please pick us up. Dante wasn't saying anything. We were both just staring at one another. I wonder how long we've been like this. Ah! There we go. And it's over. Oh, stop fast forwarding. I think there's another really good CG coming up right away here. Also, oh, we can fast forward a little bit. This is him being sleepy. I'll know when Nicola shows up. Press. Patience. Oh, not this one. Next. Oh, another long-winded talk between you two. I'm bored. It's okay. I'm fine. Surprisingly, I wasn't hurt by what I heard. Well, maybe I would have been more shocked if I were still living at the church. I think I've come to see things differently ever since you brought me to the manor. I replied to Dante in a very calm manner that I wouldn't have been able to maintain before. I see. That's good to hear. I'm relieved. Dante's expression seemed calmer. I'm sure the church has their reasons for what they're doing. Maybe it's to protect the faith, or maybe it's something I wouldn't know. That means what they're doing is similar to what you're doing to help guard Berlone and the relic, isn't it? There's a sacred relic in the town. That's what you need to know from that conversation. Dante didn't deny what I was saying. Of course, I don't think it's right to harm others or commit crimes. But even so, I don't want to force my beliefs onto others. It's only natural for you to be averse to wrongdoings. However, you've kept an open mind about our actions. Thank you. That makes me happy. Dante. Looking at Dante's smile filled me with the same strange happiness as well. Perhaps because it felt like we connected. We could connect in a different way. Not yet. Sharing part 3. Fast forward. Okay, I'm just going to say, could you explain it to me again? I don't really need him to explain it to me again.
今まで俺そうだ好きにだが前にもラオファルズそうあのよラオシ戦力の余裕も
There we go. So just fast forwarding it here.
いいだろう。交渉成
Very
立
well.
だ。
We have a deal.
グラツィエ、ギルバート。
Grazie, Gilbert. Hi, Gilbert. Come closer. Mwah. You're so pretty. He's the most handsome love interest, but he's locked behind everyone else. And I hate it.
礼ならいい。こっちの見返りは
No need to
十
thank
分だ
me.
から
A
な。
deal's a deal.
よろしく頼むよ。
That's good to hear. But that's okay. Here's the good CG.
そうなの？
ニコラが来ているのか
No, the plot block. It's okay. Here it is. Here it is. Are you ready? Are you ready? Are you guys ready? Tell me you're ready. Look at how good it is. He's so handsome. That's a wad, a wet ass Dante. Okay. Okay, we're done lingering. Okay, I'm gonna be given some options here. Now it's time to save. And get some bad endings. So this is where save file 1 is. What's the bad ending here? There's only 2 bad endings in this? Damn, he doesn't have a lot of endings. Yang had like 5 bad endings. I know why Yang had 5 bad endings. He's a murder man. Let me go. Please, Gil, let me go.
返すってどこにだ？
Where to? Back to the
バル
foul
ツォーネの屋
zone?
敷か？
Or
それ
back
と
to
も
the church
あるかの
in
教会か？
Arca? Well, Gil squinted, watching me stutter. And then he continued.
どっちにしろ解放するつもりはねえよ。
In any
せっ
case,
かく連
I
れてき
have
た
no
のに。
plan of
逃
letting
がす
you
と思う
go.
か？
You think I'd turn you loose after going through all that? He chuckled, looking down at me. How did you tamper with the wine? Who brought me here? Blah, blah, blah. I just have to skip over some meanwhiles. Understood. We have a deal. Gil looked at me and nudged me to go to Dante. Dante! Let's go. Gil, I'll send you the details later. Dante held my hand and led me out of the room. Dante looked at me intently, then let out a deep sigh. I'm glad you're safe. But the deal means that you're going to dismantle the Falzone family. It doesn't matter. Our family's mission is more important. Dante. We were outside the casino and about to go into the car when... Ah! Sudden gunfire. I felt a burning sensation in my chest. Pain struck and I fell to my knees. You weren't even worth the deal. Nicola! Nicola's cold voice and Dante's yelling blurred together in my ears. But it didn't matter much now, as the darkness shrouded my eyes. And then... Dante? I fell into a sleep deeper than sleep itself. Okay. Bad ending 1. Bad ending 2 is in the tragic end. So... for that one, we're gonna go chapters, Dante, chapter 7, affinity low, respect low, yes. Fast forward. And then we'll just get the bad end, and then we'll do the tragic end, and then we'll do the best end. I need to skip these. Gilbert. Ba-ba-da-ba-da. Gil let me inside. I knew you'd come for me, Dante. I wasn't sure what was going to happen, but I didn't give up hope. I even thought about escaping through the window. Don't ever think of doing that again. You know I'll come for you. Okay, I do have the humor of a 12-year-old boy sometimes. I'm sorry if I peaked the mic fucking laughing. Let me fix my mic here. There we go. the best sense of humor. You know I'll come for you. Thank you, Dante. We may have been apart, but his very existence supported me throughout the ordeal. We skip these. I just know I have to skip the next 3. This is when he has a fever. Shelia takes me back to the manor. This is when we say I love you. And we get a cute kiss, CG. Look at us. We're so cute and in love. And definitely not on the tragic route where we're both gonna... Something horrible's gonna happen. Something horrible's gonna happen because we're on the tragic route, y'all. Yeah, I'm gonna make you guys go through all the bad ends before we get the good one. I mean, the best one. I already have the good one. I love Dante. Our hearts bonded tonight. Scolding. Is this new?
なぜ電話に出ない
Why didn't you answer the
定期的
phone?
な連絡も
It's
契
part of
約
our
に含んでいる
contract.
はずだ口の減らない
Stop
男め
making excuses. Yes,
まあいい
fine.
二言はない
It's a promise.
だが
But,
そうだ
yes,
分かっているなら
as
それ
long
で
as
いい
you understand. But next
次
time
は
I
必
expect
ず
a timely
そちらから
report.
報告を
I don't know who that... I think that's the church man I hate. And with it, my wish for a better future. A future where nothing would be lost. That's a death flag. Someone threw a death flag on the field. Chapter 8. Oh, now we're into story. Good morning, Dante.
ああ、おはよ
Good morning. Greeting each other in the morning was nothing unusual, but for some reason it felt awkward today. Dante took a seat as I prepared breakfast, but the atmosphere seemed uncomfortable. What happened feels like a dream. Dante quietly looked at me, then spoke hesitantly.
う。情けないところを見せて。
I apologize for what happened yesterday. It
熱があっ
must
た
have
せい
been
か
my
もしれない
fever. Ah. I was stunned hearing his words, but quickly replied. Oh, yes, it's all right. I understand. Are you feeling better now? Hearing me stutter, Dante frowned as if discontent with my reply.
分かっている。だと。
You
何を？
understand what? What do you mean? You had a fever and you weren't feeling like yourself yesterday, right? It's okay. I'm fine. Really.
違う。
Wait.
いや、今のは俺の言い方が
I
悪かった。
worded myself poorly just now. Huh? He looked straight at me and spoke in a serious tone.
俺は、お前のことを思っている。
I love you. His honest and direct admission made my heart leap. You love me? Dante's expression became cloudy, seeing that I wasn't immediately responding. With a mix of confusion and remorse, Dante spoke apologetically.
怒っているのか
Pink,
すま
have
ない
I upset you? I'm sorry. Oh, no, that's not it. I felt like I had seen many different sides of Dante since yesterday. Oh, breakfast is ready. Let's eat. I stuttered as I motioned to the food. Thanks to our short conversation, the tension in the air was alleviated somewhat. After we finished breakfast, we returned to discussing our current situation. Yang mentioned that he won't kill us yet. Ugh, but he will soon. Thank goodness.
言葉通りヤンが生物を目
If
当てに
he's
してい
after
る
the
なら
relic,
すぐに
that
俺
would
たちを
make
殺しは
sense.
しないだろう
Which means we're safe for now?
そうかもしれないがこの
Possibly,
ままの状態を
but I
長
doubt
く
it will
続ける
last
わけにはい
very
かない
long. Do you have a plan?
ああラオシュに取引を申し出よう
I'm
と思う
thinking of using myself as
俺
bait
自
to
身
make
を
a
餌
deal
に
with the
して
Lao Shu.
な
No! Absolutely not, sir. Bait? Those words didn't bode well. Clearly, Dante was going to put himself at risk.
ラオシュと教国は
The Lao Shu and the church are likely working together to oust the Falzone.
教国は生物を
But
守
the
る
church
側
is
の立場だ
protecting the relic,
それなら
so they don't want
生
to
物の
see
封印を
its
解
seal
くことを
broken.
良しとしないなのにヤン
But
は
Yang is
奇跡
showing a keen interest in the blessing granted by the relic. So Yang is actually trying to break the seal to the relic.
かもしれない奴がファル
That's
ゾーネを潰
entirely
したいのも
possible,
本心だろうが
though he does still wish to drive out the Falzone family.
ともかくラオシュと教
I
国
may
の
be
目
able
的
to
の
strike a
違い
deal with Yang
そこをつ
if
けば
I can leverage
交渉の
the
余地が見えてく
differences
るは
in
ずだ
objectives between them. But a deal with Yang? I'll deal with Yang. Okay, I have a problem. They need to stop talking about Yang. Because I'm way too happy about it. I doubted Yang was open to making deals.
ラオシュと取引するなら
I need to head back to the manor and prepare myself if
まずは
I'm
ファ
to
ルゾーネの屋
negotiate
敷に
with the
戻ら
Lao
なけれ
Shu.
ばすぐに身支度を整えてくれ
Get your
俺は屋
belongings
敷に
together.
車を回すよう
I'll
連
call
絡して
for
おく
someone to pick us up. Understood. Gilia greeted us back at the Falzone Manor. Oh my, how wonderful it is to see you return. I'm glad to see you are both safe. Oh, Gilia, love of my life, woman after my own heart. Marry me. I will treat you like a queen. Young Dante, I heard you were sick. Are you feeling well now?
問題ない
I'm fine. You are. As we conversed, upper members from the family started to come into the salon.
カポがお戻りになられたと
I
聞いたの
came
で
as soon as I heard you
ご挨
were
拶
back,
に
boss. I'm glad to see you are safe.
忙しい中お
With
前
all
まで
that's
来てく
been
れたのか
happening, I appreciate you taking your time to see me, Domenico.
いえそんなカポの
Please,
顔を見ると
seeing you is
我々も気が
more
引き締まり
than
ますからね
enough reason to drop my work. Oh, Domenico. I sighed with relief. It felt good to see familiar faces around me, like Julia's. It feels like I've come home.
ついでと言ってはなんだが
I
頼まれて
must
くれ
ask you
ドミニク
for a favor.
今夜幹部をサロンに
Please
集めろ
gather our key members here tonight.
わかりました。全幹部
Understood.
に通達します。
I will let everyone know. Dante would most likely inform them of the deal he was thinking of making with Yang. I still didn't feel good about it, but I prayed that it would all work out for the best. I was cooped up in the hotel for a few days after running outside to get a doctor, which is why I was now outside in the garden to get a breath of fresh air. The air was cold. I could tell very easily that winter was just around the corner. I felt something warm along my face and looked down to see a small figure rubbing against my legs. Against my feet. Oh my god, I can read, y'all. Carlo, there you are. I gently brought Carlo into my arms to pet his soft furry body. How about we spend some time together, Carlo? I found a bench and sat myself down. The cold air was no match for Carlo's warmth. But scolding too. Ooh. Others.
ようやく電話をよこ
Finally
した
you
か。
called.
し
So
かし、
explain why
未だ
nothing
事
is
態に
happening
進展が
now.
ないとはどういうこと。ラオ州には高い
I'm
金を
not
払
paying
っ
the
てい
Lao
る。
Shu to
よう
simply
や
do
このま
nothing.
ま。それでは今
That
までと
won't change
何も変わら
anything.
ない。
Make
ともか
something
く
happen.
事態を。
Mm.
彼が動き出す前
I
に
need to finish my
決着を
plans
つけなけれ
before
ば。
he moves.
原則、非介入
He's
の
not
立
in the
場にある
position
と
to
はいえ、
actively partake in these
彼が
affairs.
どう動く
But
か
if
ま
he
では、
does,
もし
the
彼の
only
意志を
ones
阻め
who
る
can
者が
stop
いる
him
とす
is
れ
the
ば、
Pope himself.
成果くらいのものだろう。
Okay. But I couldn't shake this nervous feeling. Is it really going to work out? Dante said he'd make a deal with the Lao Shu, but I'm worried it won't go as planned. But I'm sure Dante can pull it off. Really? I kept mumbling those words to myself to stave off the anxiety growing within. A cold breeze blew through the garden. It was getting quite chilly. The evening fell upon us as I quickly headed back into the manor with Carlo. I made my way back to my room before dinner when I saw 3 men talking in the corridor. I don't recall seeing them here very often.
密に連絡をよこしていたアンダーボスが、
Weird how the underboss hasn't been around in any contact with us recently. He must be referring to Nicola.
噂によると、アンダーボスは
I
今
heard that
ビ
he's
スコン
been
ティ
seen
の屋敷
around
に
the
頻繁に
Visconti's
出入
place
りしている
recently.
ようだが、カポが何か指示を出したのか。
Maybe he's following the boss's orders.
何も聞いていない。
Well, I didn't hear anything about it.
カポ
I
は
doubt the
何か
boss
を
would hide
隠してい
something
るよう
from
に
us.
思えてならないな。
Dante probably hasn't told everyone about Nicola's betrayal yet.
何か知っていますか、コンシリエール。
Do you know anything, concierge? Concierge? So he's the advisor? He must be one of the highest ranked in the family. The elderly man spoke slowly and calmly.
カポにはカポの考えがあるのだろう。
The boss has his plans. All we need to do is follow his orders. Good job.
だが、カポはまだ若い。
But the boss still
このま
lacks
まカポに
experience.
組織の舵取りを
Is
任
he
せても
able
いいの
to
か。
steer our family right?
口が過ぎるぞ。
That's about it from you.
しかし、
But concierge,
ファルツォーネのカポは
he
彼
is
以
our
外にい
boss,
ない。
and our duty is to
私
place
た
our
ちは
complete
彼
trust
を
in him.
信じ、彼の決定に従
Correct.
う。それがマフィアであり、
That is
ファ
what it
ミリ
means
ー
to
なのだと
be
いう
a
ことを
family
忘
of
れ
the
てはいけ
mafia.
ない。
Understood? That's right. You trust Dante. Or I'll fight you, children.
ええ、忘れてなどいません。カポが真
If
実。
the boss believes in us, we will do our best to follow him.
我々もそれに応えるまでです。
They continued on their way, not noticing that I had been eavesdropping on them. That's bad. You better go to confession. And by you, I mean me. And by confession, I mean Dante's room. Dante became a boss at a young age. He must have been through so much. I can only assume how often he was opposed simply because of his youth. The atmosphere of pressure he bore upon his back was unimaginable.
そんなところで何を
Pink? What are you doing? Hi, Leo. Oh, Leo. I turned around to see Leo passing by. Nothing at all. I was just heading back to my room.
でももうすぐ夕食の準備がで
But
きます
dinner is almost
早めに
ready.
サロンへ来てくださいね
We'll be waiting in the salon. Huh? It's already that time?
カポとあなたが帰ってきてくれたからジュリアが張り切ってるんです
Julia must be happy you both returned. She got everything ready a lot faster than usual.
俺はカポに声をかけてきます
I'm
んで
going to go and let the
よければ
boss
先
know,
に行ってて
so
ください
please feel free to go down ahead of us. Understood. Thank you, Leo. I left Leo with a smile and went down to the salon with Carlo in my arms. Dinner had started, but the air was heavy. It seemed dinner tonight was more significant than usual.
今夜の食事には普段はあ
We're
まり
having
屋
our
敷に顔を出してない
concierge and our top
顧問や
brass
幹部
dining
たち
with
も来るんで
us.
すだから今日
So
は俺
I'm
同
going
席
to
し
help
ない
with
で
the
給仕の手
preparations
伝い
and
に
sit
回りま
out
す
of
ね
dinner tonight. Well, then, I should stay in my room and...
構わない。
Don't
お
worry,
前も同席してくれ。
I'd like you to join. Huh? But Dante, are you
Oh.
sure? Yes. Mm.
いやはや、ようやくカポがお戻りになって、これで一安心ですな。
I need to stretch my legs. He wants to eat us out. Listen. Listen. He does. He does. He wants to do a lot of things with us. And that is one of them. Ugh, sorry, I'm burping. I can only assume things will improve with the boss's return.
驚くほど長く屋敷を留守になさったので、私の部下は不安がっていましたが。
My men were getting restless with his long absence from the manor. Amidst the tension were the men who were speaking in the corridor earlier.
こうしてカポが
I'm sure the
お
boss
戻り
has a
になられ
plan
た
to
から
turn
には
things around from the present
打開
situation.
策があるのでしょう。
おお、そうに違いありませんな。
I would assume so too. I'm eager to hear what you have to say, boss.
しかし、この
I
ような
must
状
say,
況は
I don't think we've ever been under this kind of pressure
始まっていないのことでは？
before.
いやいや、時
How
代は
times
変
have
わるものです
changed.
からな。
It's mighty different from
先
how
代との
when
違いがあるのは仕方ない
mighty
か
different
と。
from when the old boss ran things. Shut up! I was becoming irritated at how they spoke to Dante in such a belittling manner. But all I could do was listen and keep my mouth shut.
ところでカポ、
Boss, I heard Our Lady here is the key to our facing the Lao Shu in the church, but I must disagree with you having an outsider like herself attending our gathering. The men at the table turned to look at me. I wasn't sure how to respond. It was then that Dante spoke in a calm manner. She isn't an outsider at this point. Also, I'd rather not discuss our predicament over dinner. Which is why I have her here with us. Are there any objections? No, if that is what our boss has decided, I have no objections. I glanced at the man. By his expression, it was clear that he wasn't happy. Another member coughed and cleared his throat, then began to speak. May I? I haven't seen our underboss Nicola around recently. Dante's expression changed slightly. You. That's enough. I also heard he's been seen frequently around the Krita district. Do you know anything, boss? You're about to get silenced, sir. Like, oh dear. And that was my last mouthful of cold coffee. Yummy. None of what you've said is true. Is that so? Dante's uncompromising denial had the elder member looking quite upset. Soon, silence took over the salon. The tension was worse than before. With dinner over, Dante gathered the advisor and the top brass in his office. He told me to come too, but is it really okay for me to be here? I was sure the others didn't want me there. My presence might even make matters worse. The Falzone are not ready to face anyone, especially with our lack of manpower. Therefore, I'm planning to negotiate with the Lao Shu for a temporary truce. Dante's words sparked a clamor in the room. A truce with the Lao Shu? It seems bold, boss. Wait, we can't do that, boss. There's no telling what they'll ask for in exchange. I'm prepared to negotiate with the Lao Shu. I also have an ace in the hand as well. Dante briefly glanced at me. Prepared how? And what is this ace in hand? I can't answer that. I need you all to trust me. As you wish, the Falzone family will follow the boss's order. We like the advisor. The family's concierge bowed his head, silencing any murmurings from the others. That is all. I thank you for your attendance. Dante's gaze prompted them to leave the room. Those who lived in the manor seemed satisfied, but the others left with a hint of dissatisfaction on their faces. Dante and I were the only ones left. Dante gave a deep sigh. As expected, it's not easy speaking this way to the old guys. Just get rid of them. Just get rid of them. You're the boss. You can do that. Just get rid of them. I could tell Dante was trying to break the tension that had built up in the room. I'm surprised you said that, Dante.
ああ、場数を踏んで今はそれなりになれたが、
I've handled
カ
my
ポに
share
な
of
ったばかりの頃は
situations,
特に緊張した
but it was especially tough when I became a boss. I see. I thought you were, well... Dante chuckled at my hesitation to finish my sentence.
続けてくれ
Go on. Well, I thought you've always been calm and serious since you were little. Oh, a baby. We thought he was a serious little baby.
そんなわけ
Of
ないだろう
course I wasn't.
子供の頃
It's
から
true
将
that
来カポに
since
なるべく
childhood
厳
I've
しく
been
教育され
groomed
ていたこ
to
とは
one
事
day
実
take
だ
over as a boss.
自分でもそれなりに努
And I
力して
did
き
what
た
I
つもり
could
だ
to
が
fulfill that.
内面は他の子供
But I
と
doubt
それ
I
ほど
was
変わら
any
なかったと
different
思う
from any other child. Dante closed his eyes and reminisced about his childhood days.
ファルツォーネマフィアの家に
Back
生まれた
then,
運命を
I cursed at
恨んだ
fate
こ
for
ともある
having been born into the mafia as a falzone.
このままここで
As
生
a
きていく
child,
のは嫌だ
I hated my life.
幼心にそう
I
思っ
didn't
たこ
want
と
to
もあ
live
る
here. Oh, baby.
父は俺には特に
After all,
厳しかったからな
Father was a very strict person. I'm surprised to hear that.
そうか
Is that so? You're doing your best as boss. I think you have what it takes. I know it sounds odd, but it just suits you. I'm sorry. I can't seem to word it any other way. Dante squinted his beautiful eyes, then let out a chuckle. Give me a smooch, sir.
似合うか
Suits me. Dante calmly continued, as if he were remembering the good old days.
幼い頃から大人た
Many
ちは
of
次
the
期カポと
adults
しての俺
around
に敬意
paid
を
their
払って接
respects
してき
to
た
me, even as a child.
だがニコラは違ったな俺に怯えることもかしこま
Nicola
るこ
was
ともなかった
different. He didn't seem to care who I was to become. Dante. It had been a while since Nicola betrayed the family. Dante hadn't spoken of him since then.
俺にとってニコラといる時だけがただの
I could only be a normal
普通の
child
子供
when
に
I
なれる
was
時間だった
with Nicola. Oh, baby. Poor baby. His eyes flickered with emotions. Emotions of concern, regret, of sorrow.
父親が死んだ後大
After
人たちはそ
father
れこ
died,
そ俺をカポ
the
として持
adults
ち上げ
around
る
me
ように
began
扱って
treating
き
me
た
as the boss.
だが
But nothing
ニコラは
changed with
何も変わ
Nicola.
らなかった
I was
それ
happy
が嬉しかったし
and placed my
だから
full
こそ
trust
信
in
頼し
him.
た俺は
I always
彼のことを
saw him as my brother.
ずっ
Oh.
と兄のように思っていた
I'm sure Nicola has his reasons. I'm sure of it. I just had to speak up. Dante not only looked sad, but his voice was filled with pain. You didn't tell everyone what happened with him. You didn't tell everyone what happened with Nicola because you believed in him, right?
ああだが
Yes. But
本
as you
当はた
say,
だ信じたいだ
it's
けなのか
simply
もし
my
れない
attempt to believe in him.
ニコラが俺を裏切るはずはな
To
い
believe that
と
Nicola wouldn't betray me. Dante,
もしこの判断がファルツォーネを俺たちのファミリーを脅かしてしまうなら
Ooh, I had a little bit of a cough there. Sorry. If my decision results in significant harm to the Falzone family,
その時は俺がこの手で
then I'll kill Nicola with
Nicola
my own
殺す。
hands. Proposal. Yang.
ファルゾーネの幹部が連絡を
The
よこしました。
Falzone contacted
近々
us.
二組織での会
requesting
合を
to
開
meet.
きたい。どうしますか？いや、
What should we do, Yang?
考えておく。
I'll think about it.
明日には決めてください。
Please
さっさと
decide by
検討してしま
tomorrow.
いたいので。
I'd like to get it out of the way.
聞いていますか？いや、
Are you listening, Yang?
さて、俺と
meeting
会
with
合
me.
など、
I
フ
wonder
ァル
what
ゾ
they're
ーネは
planning.
一体どう出るつ期待を裏切らないで
They
くれ
better
るとい
make
い
it
が
interesting,
も
or
し
else.
つまらん
Yang.
真似をするようなら
You just want to stab people.
この街での遊びを終
I'll
わり
end
に
what I
するか
started here. Consumed. Gilbert
わかった。
Redford.
下がっていいぞ。
Understood. You can leave now. I sent my subordinate out after hearing his report.
風向きが変わってきたか。
I guess the tides are changing. He likes the penetrated? Penetration? Listen. Maybe. I don't know what 3 gang leaders were doing behind closed doors before I showed up. They all used to meet in a room at a casino to discuss things before I showed up. The tides are changing.
ダンテ・ファルツォーネは名誉
I
ある
know
男だ。
Dante Falzone's all about honor, which is respectable, but
だがそれは
I can only
あくま
go
で
as
ビスコン
far
ティが
as
安
it
泰であっ
brings
てこその話だ。
prosperity to the Visconti.
さて、
What to
どうしたも
do?
んか。
They might have. He spoke with sorrow and resolve. I prayed from the bottom of my heart that his faith in Nicola wasn't misplaced. With morning upon us, I enjoyed a nice breakfast prepared by Julia. Julia, your fava bean puree is incredible. Hi, Frosty Fire. How are you? Somehow, I can never make it this smooth. Doing good. The game goes good. We're just doing the alternate endings for the Dante Falzone route in PioFiore tonight. The beans brought out the natural sweetness of the vegetables. It was exquisite.
あなたとダンテ坊ちゃんのためでしたらい
I'm
つでも
more
作
than
ります
happy to
よ。
make more for you and young Dante. If there's anything else you'd like to eat tonight, please let me know. Really? Thank you.
はいはい。ドルちゃん
Coming
持ってき
through,
ましたよ。
I brought you some dolce.
こっちもどうぞ。
Enjoy. Oh, Leo, you're so cute. But yeah, the game goes good. Having lots of fun. We're getting ready for bad ending 2. It's imminent. And then we'll do the tragic ending, and then we'll do the good ending. Or the best ending. Leo is so adorable. He's the cutest little bean. Yeah, Mummy can't die. Leo can't die. That's it. Everyone else is fair game. Wow, thank you, Leo. Breakfast time was flying by compared to yesterday. I was having so much fun. But Dante wasn't in the salon today. Julia, do you know where Dante is?
ああ、ダンテ坊ちゃんでしたら、
Young
今
Dante
朝
stepped
早
out
くに
early
お
this
出かけに
morning.
なられま。
Do you know where he went?
さあ、行き先は何もおっしゃ
Unfortunately,
らなかった
he
ので。
didn't say. I see. You don't suppose. Did Dante leave for the meeting with Yang? He went to Veleno all by himself? No. Knowing him, he'd never take that kind of risk. But anxiety weighed on my heart.
どうしました？何か気になることでも？
Huh? Is there something on your mind? Oh, nothing. I'm fine. I tried not to dwell on the thought and continued eating in silence.
食後にカフェラテでもいかがですか？
How about a cafe latte after your meal? Grazie, Julia. I'd love to have one. I accepted Julia's kind offer when all of a sudden... I stood up from my seat at the sight of Dante walking into the salon. Dante, where did you go so early in the morning?
教会だが
To church.
何かあったのか？
Is there a problem? That's right. Today is Wednesday. Dante always visited the church early in the morning on Wednesdays. I would have come with you if I had known you were going.
ああ、声をかけようかとも思ったが、早い時間だったから
I
な。
was thinking about inviting you, but it was very early. Where did you go? On my knees. No, he doesn't go in the church. That's Gilbert. Gilbert goes in the church on Friday nights. Now I have the giggles. Stop it.
お前も昨日屋敷に帰ってきたばかりで疲れているだろう。
That's why Gilbert's the best. That's why he's locked behind everyone else's roots. That's why he needs a smart lady. Because he's the himbo in the relationship. He needs the smart man, Oliver, the smart lady, you, and he gets to be the dumb himbo. That's the buy for buy route. Okay. I've collected myself. Every group needs a dumb himbo. Exactly. Yeah. I assumed you were tired since we only returned yesterday.
できれば休ませておいてやり
I
たかっ
thought
た。
you might need some rest. Dante spoke in a light tone, and I appreciated the kindness of his words.
だが、 そうだな。
But of course,
次教会に行く
next
とき
time
は
I'll make sure to
声を
let you
かけ
know
るよ
when
う
I
にす
go
る。
to the church. Promise? Don't forget.
ああ、
Yes. Dante smiled and nodded, and Leo ran into the salon to greet him.
あ、カポ。
Ah,
ちょう
boss.
どよかったです。
What timing? I'm
もう
glad you're
戻ら
back.
れてたんですね。幹部のドミニクさんから
I have a
電話
call
が来
from
ました
Domenico. I
いつ
can
でも
connect
カポ
him
の執
to
務
your
室に
office
つなげられま
boss.
す。
すぐに行く。
I'll be right there. And just when he returned, too. I suppose being a boss is hard work. I thought on what I could do for Dante to help lighten his load. We could take it. Oh, I'm being the worst today. Next. I'm nothing if not predictable. It was pretty cold this morning. Maybe I can bring him a coffee latte. Is it ever intended? I always intend my puns. Because I'm the worst, as we know. I stood in front of Dante's office, straining my eyes to hear when I should enter. That's a translation error. Straining my ears to hear when I should enter. I don't hear him talking. It seemed as though he had finished his call. I decided to knock lightly on the door. I waited for Dante to respond. Come in. With that, I opened the door and entered his office with a tray in hand. I brought you some cafe latte. I hope it keeps you warm.
Grazie.
Grazie. I set down the coffee on Dante's desk. He picked up the cup and took a sip. After he savored the warm drink, he spoke in a hesitant manner.
ドミニクからの電話について
About the call I got from Domenico.
彼にはヤンへ
I
交
had
渉
him
の申し出を
contact
させ
Yang
てい
to
た。
set up the meeting.
電話はその返答を知らせる
He
ものだ。
called to let me know the results. So then, what did he say?
話を聞くと。
He said he'll
ヤンは
talk.
交渉のテーブ
Yang
ルに着く
agreed
こ
to
とを了
listen
承
to
した
our
わけだ。
offer.
ヤンの思考は読めない。
I don't know what
拒
he's
否される
thinking,
可能性
though.
も十分にあ
I
ったが
thought he was going to refuse.
とりあえず
In
最
any
初の
case,
障害は無事
the
に
first
クリアできた
obstacle
という
has
こと
been
だろう。
cleared. I see. That's good to hear.
ただ
But what?
ヤンからは一つ条
It's
件を
under
出さ
one
れている。
condition.
交渉の場にお前を同席させろ。
Yang said he won't
出な
talk
ければテー
unless
ブル
you're
には
there
つ
with
かない
me.
と。
Of course. He won't talk unless I'm there. Yang's obsessed with me. Me? I was surprised, but mostly relieved. That my redhead's gonna steal me away. Is that it? I'll do anything I can to help. Stop it. Focus. It's a bit scary being near Yang, but I felt a chill run down my spine, recalling my previous encounter with him. I'll be fine as long as you're with me.
お前には救われてばかりだな。
You've been helping me more than you should.
ファルツォーネを継いだ俺の使命は、お
To
前を
think it
守
was
る
my
ことで
mission
もあ
to
るのだ。
protect you. Don't worry. I'm just happy to be of some help to you, Dante.
ありがとう。
Thank you.
交渉は
The meeting will
明日の
take
夜だ。
place tomorrow night.
交渉が決裂した
If
場合、フ
negotiations
ァル
with
ツォーネと
the
ラオ
Laoshi
州は
break
全面
down,
戦争に突入するだろう。
we'll have an all-out war with them.
万が一の時は、
In the
せめ
worst
てお
case
前だけで
scenario,
もブルローネか
I'll
ら逃が
ensure
す
your
つもり
safe escape from Brulone. Will you? But hearing his plan made me feel uneasy, as if negotiations were likely to fail. Dante seemed to read my feelings and tried to ease my fears.
だ。備えは怠るべきじゃない。もち
It's
ろん、
always best to be
そうなら
prepared.
ないよう
Of
力を
course,
尽
I'll
くす
do
つもり
whatever
だ。
I can to prevent the worst. I simultaneously felt fear and hope. I prayed that our meeting tomorrow would go accordingly. I prayed that our meeting tomorrow would go according to Dante's plan. I returned to my room so I wouldn't get in the way of Dante's preparations. I looked down under the door and saw a white envelope had been shoved inside. What's this? I opened the door and picked up the envelope. It's addressed to me. I wonder who it's from. It's from Yang. He's coming to take me away. I decided to open the envelope and see what was inside. I read the letter that was enclosed and gasped when I saw who it was from. It's from Nicola. Oh. Boring. But I can't imagine Nicola coming here in person to deliver it. Who brought the letter then? I continued reading. The letter spoke of how Nicola's betrayal of the Falzone family was unwilling. He wants to talk to me about Dante? The letter had mentioned that he could offer help. Funny thing, I'm doing one of the bad endings on my game while listening to this. Which game? Is it PioFiore as well? Which game? Which game? Which game? Which game? Which game? Baldur's Gate 3. Oh, Baldur's Gate! I want it so bad. That's gonna be my Christmas gift to myself. I don't know if my PC can handle that one, but I'll probably just get it for my PlayStation. So I don't know if I'll stream that one. By Panic the Game. That's my life. I played that game. Who are you romancing? Is it a Stereon? The letter also mentioned that he could offer help. Knowing Nicola, that sounds possible. He knew about the Mafia in great depth, far beyond. I get around. Karlak for one of my playthroughs, Shadowheart one, Lazella my evil one, Asterion and one of my others. My first one when I get the game is gonna be Asterion because I love him. And Karlak, obviously. I love her. Karlak is muscle mommy. And I am like, that game is made for the girls and the gays and the theys. And I am also made for the girls and the theys. So I'm made for everyone. Mama K's a bust. Yeah. He knew about the Mafia in great depth, far beyond any information I had myself. Dante wouldn't accept his offer due to his betrayal. The letter went on to say that Nicola wanted to offer help from a distance. The letter ended with a message: I'll be waiting at the church today, 5 p.m. What should I do? Let's get ready to get a bad ending. Bad ending time. Go alone. It was evening. I decided to leave the manor without letting anyone know. I'm almost there. Huh? Suddenly, someone grabbed me from behind and dragged me into the nearby alley.
君、思ったよりも足りないんだね。
You exceeded my expectations. Nicola? I encountered the person I was supposed to meet, but not at our agreed upon time or place. He was smiling as usual, but his eyes were cold and lifeless.
残念ながら、ギルバートは僕の思った通りには動いてくれなかったんだ。
Unfortunately, my expectations for Gilbert certainly weren't met. Yeah, basically.
彼もファミリーを背負う人間だから
I
ね。
should have known,
何かとしが
given
ら
that
み
he
がある
has
のは
his
当然
own
か。
family to leave. What are you talking about, Nicola? He didn't answer me, instead continued to speak.
君がいなければ、生
Without
物
you
の封印
around,
はまだしばらく
the
は解か
relic
れない
will
だろう。
remain sealed.
僕はダンテに自由を与
I
え
want
た
to
い。
free
だ
Dante.
から彼
The
自
only
身
way
にも
that will
ファル
happen
ツォーネを
is if
諦
he
めても
gives
らい
up
たいんだ。
on the Falzone family. Give up?
そのためには
Which
君
means
が生きていると困る。
I need you dead. Nicola, what are you... Ah! A gunshot echoed through the darkness of darkened alleyway. Ah! The sky was beautifully painted in crimson. I drifted slowly into sleep without fully grasping the meaning of Nicola's words. Huh. I forgot that Nicola does that to you in all of Dante's bad ends. Nicola's a real bastard in Dante's wrote. What should I do? Tell Dante. I'd better let Dante know. Yeah, that's one way to end me. I couldn't just act on my own accord. Not only that, but Dante trusted Nicola. If what was written in the letter was true, then they'd be able to rekindle. I'm sorry to bother you again, but could we talk?
どうかしたのか
What is it? We will get banged. I promise. We have to get through all the bad ends first. I promise we'll get there tonight. We have one more bad end and then we will do the best end. I found this in my room. I handed the letter to him, and as he read it, his expression went stern. I have no idea who slipped the letter under my door.
構成員にはニコラが裏切ったことを告げていないからな
I haven't informed anyone of Dante's betrayal.
街でファルツォーネの誰かを
He
捕まえ
must
て
have ordered one of our
届けるよう
men
指示したの
outside
かもし
to
れない
act as a messenger. Dante looked at the letter again, then gave a deep sigh.
気になる
This
文
is
面だなこれは
troubling. Okay, but I do need to take a quick break because I saw my cat just get up out of her bed and go walking past me, meaning she wants dinner. So I need to go feed her real quick. This is troubling. Yes, which is why I wanted to let you know.
この手紙は本当にニコラからのも
There's
のな
no
のか
guarantee this letter
確証
came
が得ら
from
れない
Nicola.
字
It
の
does
癖は
look
似
like
ている
his
が
writing,
似せるこ
but
とは不
someone
可
could
能
have
でもない
forged
しな
it. A forgery.
そしてこれが本当にニコラの
If
手
this
紙
is
なら
from Nicola,
ニコラの
then
真意
his
はどこにある
intention
のか
in giving you this letter is
危険は伴うが行ってみよう
it may be
手
dangerous,
紙にある夕方5時に
but
教
I'll
会へ
need to go. I'll head to the church at 5 p.m. Can I come, Dante? Immediately. Right back into the bad. I mean, it was sent to me after all.
この手紙が罠だとし
If
たら
this is a
お
trap,
前の身を危
then
険に
you'll
さらすこ
just
と
be
になる
putting yourself in danger.
そんなことはし
And
た
I
くな
don't
い
want that to happen. But you'd be in danger too, Dante.
それはそうだが
Yes, that's true, but you're willing to risk it because you still believe in Nicola, right? If you believe in Nicola, then I will too. Dante stared at me for a moment, contemplating on what to do. He then sighed and nodded in agreement.
分かった
Fine,
一緒に行こ
let's go together. Thank you, Dante. I beamed at Dante, who, in contrast, was frowning with hesitation. We disembarked the car before the church and continued the rest of the way by foot.
う今朝来たばかりの教会にま
I
た来
didn't
ることに
expect
な
to
るとは
visit
な
the church a second time today. I suppose this fulfills my wish for us to go to church together.
水曜の朝も改めて誘うつも
I
りだ
was
が
thinking of asking you to come
お
with
前が
me
迷
next
惑でさえ
Wednesday.
なければ
That is, if it's no bother. Of course it's no bother. Thank you. Despite keeping the conversation light, I could tell Dante was keeping a wary eye on our surroundings. Seeing Dante with his guard up as we kept walking to the church reminded me of who he was. It's been a while since I've been here. We both looked at each other for a moment before opening the doors to the church. There were people inside, praying. We decided to sit in a pew ourselves to pass the time before they left. One by one, the parishioners dispersed, leaving the area to me and Dante. Dante looked down at his watch.
約束の時間はもう過ぎている。
It's well past the time already. Maybe he isn't coming. He shouldn't.
もしかすると、俺がいることに気づいて帰ったのかもしれない。
Or maybe he noticed me here and left.
空振り。
Too bad. Dante sighed in disappointment. As for me, the tension in my shoulders eased a bit. The voice acting in this game does things to me. Right? It's really good. Oh, look at him. He's so pretty. New CG.
こうして聖堂でお前と並んでいるのは
It feels
なんか
strange.
不思議な
Us
感
sitting
じが
here
する。
together. What do you mean? I gazed at Dante and waited for his response. He then began to speak, somewhat hesitantly.
幼い頃から俺はお前のことを知っ
I've
ていた
known
ん
you
だ。
for a long time. Ever since I was little. Really?
ああ、この
Yes.
教会に来るたび、
I
今
knew
日はあ
that
の子に
I would
会える
find
だろ
you
うか
here
と思っていた。
each time I came to church.
話しかける勇気は到底
But I
なかった
didn't
が
have the courage to speak to you.
父から鍵の
I
乙女
heard
と
from
いう
Father
俺
that
が
I
守
was
る
to
べき
protect
存在
the
がある
key
と
maiden.
聞かされて、それがお前なのだ
When
と
I
教えら
learned
れた
that it
時は
was you,
正
I
直
was
少し
happy
嬉し
about
かっ
it.
た。
I didn't know you've been coming here for so long. Many visited the church each day. I only started to notice him after he became boss.
気づかなくて当然だ。俺
I'm
も
not
子供の頃は
surprised.
今ほど自由
It
に外
wasn't
出できな
often
かった
that
か
I
ら
was
な。
able to leave the manor before.
この教会には父に
The
連れら
only
れて
time I
日曜の
came
ミサに
here
来る
was
くら
with
いだ
my
ったし、
father for Sunday
そ
Mass.
れに
Also?
できればお前が鍵の乙女という役割に縛られることなく、何も知らないまま
I
生きて
didn't
い
want
ければ
to
いいと
interfere with your life
俺はずっと思っていた。
so that you wouldn't be called to your fate so soon.
だからお前とはで
That's
きるだ
why
け私
I
的には
tried as
関わら
much
ない
as
ようにしてき
possible
たつも
to
りだ。
not get involved with you. He gave a wry smile and spoke as if belittling himself. Oh, baby.
皮肉な話だ。
How
ずっ
ironic.
と気になっていた相手が
The
自分の
person I
守
was
るべき
fond
存
of
在
turned
で
out to be the person I was charged to protect. Oh, he had a crush on me.
だからこそ
And yet,
近づけもしないなんて。
I didn't want to get close to you. Dante was thinking and feeling these things about me from that long ago? Hearing it now brought both warmth and a sharp pain to my heart.
不謹慎かもしれないが、
I know it isn't right for me to say this, but
俺は
I'm just
今
happy
こ
to
うし
be
てお
with
前と
you
一緒にい
like
られて
this now.
嬉しいんだ。
Dante. Oh no! It looks good on my end. That's weird. Because, yeah, I have it up here too. I'm sorry, it crashed. No problem on my end. Okay, well, I didn't get very far. I'm back though. Yay! You're back. Dante looked into my eyes and slowly reached his hand out to mine.
自分の使命を放棄して
But
で
now
も
I know
守ら
there
なけ
are
ればな
some
らないもの
things
があるんだ
worth
と
protecting
今ならわかる。
beyond what my duty commands.
俺はお前のことが何より
You're
大
the
切だ。
very one.
たとえ
Even if
何
I
を
were
失
to
うこと
lose
になっても
everything,
お前を守ると
I promise to
神
God
に誓
that
う。
I will protect you. Oh, baby. Thank you, Dante. The sunlight from the setting sun shone through the stained glass windows as we looked at each other. No! I need to watch this. Soon the haze of warmth paled into the dusty purple light, signaling the coming of the night. Gamble! Nicola Francesca.
ダンテが僕の裏切りをファミリーに話していないことは予想
I
していた
assumed
けど、
Dante wouldn't let the others know I betrayed the family, but
賭けは僕の負けか。
my bet didn't turn out in my favor. Everything was decided the moment I saw the two of them appear at the church. I left the grounds quickly before they noticed I was there.
僕もそろそろ覚悟を決めなくちゃ
I
ね。
guess I have no other choice. What are you doing, Shady McShaderson?
ま、覚悟くらい。
Not that I
ずっと前
had
から
much
し
of
て
a
いたんだ
choice
けど。
anyhow. Wanting to avoid any risks with staying too late, Dante beckoned for us to leave. I lay down on the bed and looked up to the ceiling, recalling what Dante had told me earlier. Meeting with the Lao Shu tomorrow. Just thinking that I would need to see Yang again brought shivers through my spine. Good shivers. I sighed deeply, tossing and turning in bed in a vain effort to fall asleep. Carlo was curled up asleep next to me. Intervene. Oh?
ご理解いただけて何よりで
Yes,
す。
I'm happy you
私も
understand.
お電話
It
をした
was
甲
worth
斐があり
calling
ました。
you.
もちろん
Of
カジノの
course,
大切なお
I
得意様
contacted
であ
you
る
since
あな
you
た
are
様
a
にだ
very
からこ
important
そ
customer
お
to
話
me.
ししたので
Us.
す。
Huh?
え
Yes,
え、そうです。
indeed. Tomorrow.
いえ、情報源はお教えでき
Unfortunately,
ま
I
せん。
can't tell
そうい
you
うお約
where
束で
I
すから。
learned it from. It's a matter of confidentiality.
カジノのディレットーレなどしておりま
Let's
す
just
と
say being
何
a
かと
casino
噂話
director
が耳に
means
入るの
one
です。
overhears many rumors.
ええ、
Why, yes.
私の手が
If you
ご
need
入り用で
anything
した
from
ら
me,
いつでもお声掛けくだ
please
さい。
feel free to let me know. Director, what are you doing? Carlo was curled up, asleep next to me. I gently stroked his back, to which his tail responded by gently waving back and forth. Carlo's gentle warmth was slowly making my eyelids heavier. The comfort of his presence slowly took hold of my mind and lulled me to sleep. Okay, but me with my cat? Me with baby Nova? Chapter 9, we're getting close to the bad end. Whoop whoop, here we go. The tragic end is imminent. Oh man, if I tried to sleep with Newton. It was the third day since I had returned to the Foul Zone Manor. I awoke from the morning light shining through the window. I rubbed my eyes and slowly sat myself up. Huh? Look at the time. The clock's needle pointed to an hour far later than usual. I know I didn't sleep until late last night, but this was much too late. Oh no. I hurriedly jumped out of bed and got dressed. Huh? As I headed out to the salon, I could hear a growing clamor. It sounded as though there was some sort of argument going on.
はっきり説明してもらいましょうか。
Explain yourself. The elder members of the family that dined with us the night before were interrogating Dante.
ニコラはビスコンティに着いた。
Nicholas with the Visconti. He betrayed the Foul Zone.
落ち着け。
Calm
どこで
down.
そんなヨタ話を
I have
耳
no
にしたのか
idea
知ら
where
ない
you
が。
heard that rumor, but
ニコラ本人が教えてくれた
Nicola
んですよ。
himself told us. Dante's brow twitched. The men continued their tirade, not noticing Dante's change of expression,
裏切り者を生かしたままのさばらせ
allowing
てお
him
く
to
など
walk away
ファルツォーネ
unpunished
の名
will
に
mark
傷
the
がつ
Foul
く
Zone name.
カポは一体何を考えか
Why didn't
ど
you
うして
stop
今に
him
至るま
before
で
this
手を
happened?
講じていないのです
それにファミリー内にはニコラの裏
I
切り
heard
を
that
知る者
someone
が何
within the
人もいた
family
と聞い
actually
てい
knew
ます。
about Nicola's betrayal.
しかし現
But
在
yet,
に至るまでその
it was
経緯
we
に
who
つ
were
いては
left in the
観
dark.
光令が敷かれている。
You all need to shut up.
カフォは意図的に今回の件を隠
You
蔽
didn't
し
hide
よう
this
としてい
information
たの
from
では
us
ありません
intentionally,
か
did you?
ちょっと待ってくださいよ。いくら
Now
なんでも
hold on
カポ
there.
にそんな物言
You
いは。
shouldn't speak on the boss like that. He glared at Leo for intervening. The man began speaking in a calmer tone.
とにかく
In any case,
裏切りが事
if
実であ
Nicola's
る以
betrayal
上
is true,
ニコラを早急に始末せねばなりません。これに異論
I
はあり
assume
ま
you
せ
have
んな
no issue with
カポ。
that.
我々ファルツォーネは今
Our
ただ
family
で
is
さえ
under
不安定な
extreme
時勢に置
scrutiny
かれ
and
ている
lacks
の
the
です
stability we need.
カポの右腕であるアン
And
ダ
yet
ー
you
ボ
let
スの
the
裏切りを
underboss
放
get
っ
away
てお
with
くな
this?
どカポの威信も何もあったも
To
のでは
think
ない
you're our boss. They began to admonish Dante. Rude. Rude. You're all rude. Ugh. Dante, knowing his true feelings pained me. Dante maintained a strong front and spoke clearly.
ニコラの処分は近々に行う。
Nicola's punishment is forthcoming.
今までこのことを公にして
I
いなか
didn't
ったのは
disclose this
こ
to
とがあまり
everyone
に重
due
大だ
to
か
the
ら。
gravity of the issue.
ファミリーのメンツを守るために
It was
必要
all
な
to
ことだった
protect our family's name.
しかし
But Dante sent a glare towards the elder who tried to interrupt. The salon went silent. Then Dante spoke.
俺は仕事に戻る。
I'm
今
going
後
back
の
to
動
work.
きを決めるために
I
も
need to make a
No.
call regarding our next course of action. Don't let Newton kill you. With that, Dante left the salon, with no one preventing his departure. It's so hard when they're so cute. I know. Confusion spread and hushed matters among the men left behind in the salon.
ニコラが裏切ったって
Are
本当
you
なの
sure
か
Nicola betrayed us?
今まであんなにファミリー
He
のため
worked
に
for
尽
the
くしてきたじゃ
family
ない
all
か
these years.
だがカポの口ぶりからすると
But the
決
boss
定的な
himself
情報を
implied
掴ん
that
で
there
るん
was
じゃないか
something happening that proves it.
裏切りが本当なら
And if so,
俺はニ
I
コラを
won't
許
let
せない
Nicola get away with this.
ファミリーのためにも
I will see
Capoの
that
ため
he's
にも
properly punished
絶対
in
に
the name
報
of
復
the
してやる
family and the boss. I could hear disbelief, doubt, and anger surrounding the betrayal.
ちょっといいですか？
Do you mind? What's the matter, Leo? Leo looked a bit uneasy. After a short pause, he turned to me with desperate eyes.
ダンテさんに声をかけてあげてくれませんか？
Can you
俺は
please
と
talk
て
to
もじゃないけ
Dante?
ど、
I'm
いけ
not
ないです
really in a position to do it myself.
すみません。難
I'm
しいことを
sorry to ask
頼
you
んじゃっ
such
て
a。thing. Don't worry. I don't want to leave Dante alone like this either. I'll see what I can do, though I'm not sure if he'll even see me.
ありがとうございます。
Thank you very much. Oh, Leo, you're the best boy. Leo quickly bowed, leaving the salon. Then I headed to Dante's office. I knocked, but no one answered. It didn't seem like anyone was inside. Dante isn't here? Oh, Carlo. I looked down and saw Carlo meowing and rubbing himself against my legs. What is it? Do you want to play? I crouched down and reached my hands to his back when Carlo meowed, then quickly avoided my touch. Ah, wait! I quickly gave chase after Carlo, dashing through the hallway. Oh! Carlo led me out to the garden where Dante stood. What should I do? Could I talk to him now? I wondered whether I'd be bothering him, but Carlo simply ran to Dante without a care in the world, as cats do. Or, you know, maybe he's attending to Dante's personal needs, as cats also do. Water. It's wet.
カルロか。
Carlo. Dante looked down at the kitten rubbing its feet. It was then he noticed me there. Can confirm classic cat things. Yeah. Oh, what should I say? I knew there were so many things I could talk about, but the words weren't coming out. After staring at me a while, he chuckled.
どうしてお前が泣きそうな顔しているんだ。
You look like you're about to cry. What's the matter? Well, I wasn't. I shook my head in denial, and Dante continued in a calm tone.
お前が不安になることは何もない。
Don't worry.
俺は俺
I
の
only need to
すべきこ
fulfill
とを
the
するだけ
duties
だ。
with which I have been tasked.
今日はラオシューとの会合がある。
We'll be meeting the Lao Shu today.
お前を巻き込んでしまって悪
I'm
いが、
sorry to drag you into
よろしく
this,
頼む。
but please help me.
力を貸してくれ。
Of course. I could tell that Dante was trying to avoid talking about Nicola. So I decided not to speak of it and instead simply nodded at his request for help. The sun was about to set in the western sky. We left the Falzone Manor in the direction of the casino. The casino in Arca. Dante, are we meeting Yang here?
なあ、そういえば言っていなかっ
Yes.
た。
Come to think of it, I didn't tell you. Dante saw my confusion at the location and explained to me in detail.
カジノは中立のアルカにある。
Arca
そして
stands neutral in this
人目に
deal,
つかない部屋を提供してくれ
and
る
the。casino here offered a private room for us.
俺たちの取引にふ
The
さわしい
perfect
場所だ。
place for us to negotiate. Oh, my foot fell asleep. I suppose you're right. The casino would act as a great cover for the two organizations to meet. This would mark my second time being here. Even though I came with Gil before, the extravagance still had taken me back. I followed Dante into the casino as the tension built up inside of me. We entered through the back door, and there he was to greet us again, as he did before.
ようこそいらっしゃいました、ファル
Welcome,
ツお姉
Senor
様。お久しぶりでござい
Falzo.
ま
It
す。
has been a while. Oh, I love him. Look at the director. He's so flamboyant and beautiful. His long hair and fancy mask were a sight to behold.
ファルツお姉様が女性をご同伴でいらっしゃるなど初めてのことですね。
Are you implying that he's been here with men before? Right? Look at that style, that grace, that beautiful face.
ようこそ、シニョリーナ。
Welcome, Signorina. He flamboyantly He flamboyantly bowed with respect, then looked at me with a smile.
私は当カ
I
ジノ
am
の
the
ディレ
casino's
クトーレ、
director,
セバスティアーノ・ガリエと申します
Sebastiano Gallia. Nice to meet you, director.
おや、
Oh,
不思議ですね、
that's
シニョリーナ。
I
あなたは
haven't
以
seen
前
you here before
レッ
with
ドフォード様のご同伴
Haven't I
をな
seen
さ
you
って
here
いた
before
の
with
では？
Senor Redbird? That was... Dante stepped in front of me and spoke in a very cold tone.
ディレットーレ、
Director,
早く部屋に案内しろ。
show us the room.
かしこまりま
As
し
you
た。
wish,
ではどうぞこちらへ。
this way. Without flinching, the director led the way to the meeting room. It was already past the meeting time. The door opened and two men appeared.
ファルツォーネ、この俺を呼び出すと
For
は
fun.
一体どういう
Oh,
風
it's
の
my
吹き回しだ？
husband. Mine, the streamers. Falzone, requesting my presence here? Who could have guessed what way the winds would blow? Yang! My baby! He's gonna murder us! It's gonna be great! Yang. And the other one is... Dante had told me about what to expect while we were waiting. He mentioned that Yang would likely bring his subordinate, Lee. We hate you, Lee. Lee is supposed to be the second in command.
話す必要を感じたから呼んだ。
I called you
それだ
because
け
I
だ。
wanted to talk. Dante waved Yang's sarcasm away and got straight to the point.
お前の目的は何だ？ ヤン。
What are you trying to achieve, Yang?
今更だな。ラオ州としてはもちろん、この地を足がかりとしてゆくゆくは欧州へ進出。
As a way to get into the other.
聞きたいのはラオ州としての答えじゃない。ヤン。
I don't want your
お
answer
前
as
自
a
身
Lao
の目的は
Shu,
どこ
Yang.
にある？
You must have another motive.
あの日、アルカで彼女の前に現れたお前はこう言った。奇跡の恩恵に預かりたい。
さすがは墓守の一族。早い到着だ。
How delightful.
お前がなぜその呼び名を知っている？
How do you know that name?
知っているのは何も呼び名だけではない。
I also
鍵の
know what
乙女
role
が
the
持
key
つ
maiden
役割も
holds.
把握している。
お前は一体？
How do you know that?
単純な話だ。
Simple.
俺
We
たちも
want to
この
receive
地
the
に眠る
blessings
奇
that
跡の
this
恩
land
恵
has
に
been
預か
given
りたい。
as well. Oh, I love his voice so much.
墓守の一族、鍵
The
の乙女。
keepers of the grave.
どちらも本来お前が知り得るはず
You
のな
have
い情
no
報だ。
business knowing either.
もちろん情報の出所は限られてい
Of
る。
course, that
俺
narrows
たち
down
が
the
吐いたのではない以
possibilities
上、
how that information made its way to you.
ラオ州は教国
The
との
Lao
つなが
Shu
りを
has
持っている。
connections with the church.
そうだな、ヤン
Isn't。that right, Yang?
今さら隠したところでしようがないか。教えてやってもいい。
Oh no, it's perfect. I understand 100%. It's like the right amount of just smooth, but you know that this voice actor has the complete capability of doing that 100% psychotic. And you're like, gimme, I'm gonna eat it up. Nom 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 nom. Perhaps hiding things is futile at this point. I suppose I could tell you.
隠す気があったとも思えな
I
いが。
doubt there was anything you wanted to hide. There was an edge to Dante's words as he spoke, and Yang smiled with amusement.
お前の予想通り、俺たちは確かに教国との間にパイプを持っている。聖職者などといえば聞こ
They
え
may
は
call
いいが、
themselves
奴らも
priests,
一枚
but
剥げば
inside
普通の
they are
人間。
just as any other human.
いや、むしろ普通以上に欲が深いな。救いを求め
Their
る勝負
desires
ゆ
are
え
stronger than
か。
others. Perhaps the nature of seeking salvation. I frowned at his words of ridicule and scorn towards the church. Yang took notice and turned his attention to me. Hi!
そういえば、お前は教会の
You're
女
a
だった
follower
な。
of the church,
信
aren't
仰
you?
する者を侮
Did I
辱してしまったか。
disrespect you too? Yeah, but it's okay. Listen. I say this a lot about this game, specifically about this man. If a man spoke to me like this in real life, I would end him. But because it's a game, it's okay. And because it's a gang, it's like 100% okay.
俺は単なる真実を語っていたつもりだが、気分
But
を
if that
害した
caused
のなら
offense,
詫びて
I
も
owe
い
you
い。
an apology. He let out a laugh as he spoke to me playfully. Dante intervened with a deep sigh.
話をそらすな、ヤン。お
You're
前と
talking
話して
to
いる
me,
のは俺
Yang.
だ。
Don't stray
そ
from
れ
the
に質問は
subject.
まだ終わっていない。
I'm not finished asking questions. Dante, you can't be so aggressive with him. He's gonna get mad and murder you and then just take me away, which I mean, I'm not against the streamer, but yeah, literally, Lazel and Asterion. I'm like, yes, 100%. That's what I'm gonna want from that game.
ふん
Oh.
では
So
何が
what else
知
do
り
you
たい
want to know? Oh my god, that voice. Gimme. Yang kept his smile and asked without pausing. I couldn't tell what he was thinking or what his eyes were trying to relay.
お前は
Do you?
生物の奇跡を本気
Do
で
you
信じているのか
seriously believe in the blessing? Oh, it's fucking his grin. Oh my god. His question made Yang smirk. Yang responded in a cold tone.
奇跡などという絵空事は信じられん
There are
な
no
こ
gods
の
in
世
this
には
world.
神も仏も存在し
ではどうしてお前は信じてもい
Then
ない
why
奇
would
跡
you
の恩
want a
恵など欲し
blessing
がる
that you don't believe in?
答える必要があるか
Do I
お
need
前
to
はすで
answer
に
that?
こちらの答えを
I
推し量っていると
assumed
見
you
たが
already knew.
取引の前に正
I
確な
want to
現地
hear
が
it
欲し
from
い
you before I make
誤
my
解でしたで
offer.
は済まされないからな
The last thing we need is a misunderstanding. Right?
なるほど
I see.
リーお前が答えてやれ
Answer in my place. He's bored. That's dangerous. Yang tossed the question to his subordinate. The man sighed and spoke reluctantly.
ヤンは生物それ自体に興味を持ちません
Yang
しかし
isn't interested
生
in the
物
relic's
に価値
blessing.
があるとすれば
What he is interested in is
それはこの国の人間
that the
そして
people
強国の
here
人間が
and
生
in the
物の
church
存在と
believe in
そ
the
れが起こ
relic
す
and the
奇跡の
blessing
力
it
を信じてい
bestows.
ることそんなところで合っていますかヤン
Am I right, Yang?
旧大点をやろ
Yes, but that isn't all.
う生物を手にすれ
If
ば
we obtain the
強
relic,
国の
we
庇護を
can
受け
secure
ブ
the
ルローネを
support
掌
of the
握する
church
立
and
場を
rule
得ら
for
れる
Rome.
それこそ俺が求める奇跡による
That is
恩
the true
恵だ
blessing I seek. Oh, look at that face. That's pure evil. I love it.
生物に絡む利
So
権
you
が目
want to
的
gain
だと
rights to this land. Dante asked to confirm what he heard, and Yang started laughing. This is gonna be the best part.
信仰とは恐ろしいなお前たちの神は計り知れない力を持っているようだ
Oh, just give me his laugh. Is faith something? Your God seems to hold immeasurable power over you.
何せこの大陸における強国
After
の
all,
影響
the
力は
church
一
wields
国の
power
政府を
that
はるか
even
にしの
affects
ぐ
the
ほど大
governments
きい
of other countries.
生物を有するこの町を手に入れた者は
Whoever
強国相手
possesses
に
the
対
relic
等
here
以上
can
の
deal
条件で
with
渡り
the
合
church on equal footing.
え下手に逆らえさえしなければ強
As
国
long
に
as
便
we
宜を
stay
図
on
っ
their
てもらう
good
ことも
side,
できます
the church will help us with our desires.
欧州そして将
That
来
would
的に
help
は
us move
新
into
大陸
Europe
進
as
出を
well
目
as
論
the
む我
New
々に
World.
とってまさに渡りに船の話です
1925 Italy.
少なくともラオ州の背後にいるリュウ・ファンフィはそう望んでいる
Oh my god, why
俺はあまり興味を持てんがな
the Li Huanghiao wishes for that as well, though I'm not as interested as they are. Yang squinted and spoke derisively.
こうして今ラオ州の首領
The
の座
only
につい
reason
てい
why
る
I'm
のも
leading the Lao
長すぎ
Shu
る人生
is
の
to help
暇
me
つぶ
pass
しに
the
過ぎ
time.
とはいえ目指すものがないよりはいい権力に手を伸ばすのも退屈しの
Going
ぎ
after
にはなる
power is a nice way of keeping myself entertained. Dante quietly stared into Yang's golden eyes, as if searching for his true intentions. Then he sighed and asked a question.
お前たちに 生物そのものをどうこ
So
うし
you
ようと
don't
い
have
う意
any
思はないの
interest
か。
in using the relic itself.
あいにくだが、謎解きにも考古学に
I
も
have
興
no
味がない
interest in。archaeology
その
or
あたりは
solving
峡谷なり
puzzles.
ファルツォーネなりで
For
勝
all
手
I
にやれ
care,
ばいい。
you and the church can do with it what you want.
本心か。
Are you serious?
今のところ興味を持てる理由もなくてな。
Nothing about it interests me in the slightest. Yang looked at Lee and beckoned him to speak in his place.
峡谷から提供された生物に関する情報はごく断片的なものです。
We've only received fragments of information from the church in regards to the relic.
ファルツォーネは代
For
々
example,
墓守の一族と呼ばれ
that
て
the
いた。
Falzone was known as the keepers of the grave,
ファルツォーネはブル
but
ロ
the
ーネの生
Falzone
物
has
を管理して
overseen
きた
the
一
relic's
族であるという
security
こと。
in Berlone for generations,
鍵の乙女は生物
and
の
that
管
the
理
key
に必
maiden
要な
was
存
crucial
在。
to accessing it.
そして生物には奇跡の力が
And
ある。
that it could grant blessings. What they said was just about all I knew about the relic, too.
実在するかもわからない奇跡
I
のた
don't
め
want to
に
waste my
生
time
物を
looking for
探すなど
something that
無駄な
may or
行
may
い
not
にも
bestow
程が
this
ある。
blessing.
先にこの町を支配した
It
方
would
が
be
話は
faster
早
to
い。
simply rule the
それ
town.
で生
That would
物
assure
とや
that
ら
the
も
relic
俺の
would be
もの
mine.
になる。
Yang looked at us with a challenging expression. He then smirked and continued.
もっともファルツォーネが生物の隠し場所を教えてくれるなら話は別だ。
That would make matters different.
鍵の使い方まで根節丁寧に教えてく
Throw
れ
in
れば
how to use the
俺
key
の触手
maiden,
も多少
and
は
then
動
we
くか
can
もしれん
really
ぞ。
start talking. Yeah, throw me in. Give me to him. Wait, no, I'm in love with Dante. In this route.
お前に教えてやれることはない。
I have nothing to share with you.
つまらんな。
How boring. He sighed in disappointment.
何にせよ、ファルツォーネがわざわざこの場を
Regardless
設
of
け
your
たという
answer,
こと
I
は、
assume this meeting was held
何かしら有意義な提案があ
because
るの
there
だ
is
ろう
something
な。
of value? No? His cold voice emitted a sense of danger and fear that filled the room with tension.
こちらは腹を割って素直に
I
話した。
spoke truthfully of
回り
all
く
I
どい
know.
会話
I
など
don't like
好む
roundabout
ところでもない。
conversations.
お前の要件を聞いてやる。話せ。
Now then, let's hear what you have to say.
いいだろう。お前たちの話を聞いて、こちらとしても結論が出た。
Listen, my love for Yang knows no bounds, okay? He's my number one. Fine. After listening to your story, I've come to a conclusion. However, I am ride or die for my route that I'm on. So I do love Dante, but sometimes Yang just comes on screen and I'm like, take me, I'm yours. Because in every route, he's like, I'm just going to take her. She's mine. And I'm immediately just like, yeah, 100% take me. I'm yours. I can't help it. Like in Nicola's route, he's just like, you all are squabbling. Just give her to me. In his route, he just kidnaps you and takes you. In Dante's route, you saw him. He's just like, give me her. And I'm like, yep, 100%. I don't remember what he does in Orloff's route or Gale's route, but literally every time he sees you, he's just like, give me her. And I'm like, of course, yes. Just send me to the murder man. I know where I want to be.
ヤンの目的が生物そのものでない限り、ファルツォーネに敵対の意
If
思
your
はない。
objective isn't the relic itself, then the Falzone will not go against you. Yang squinted, as if questioning what he heard. He waved a hand for Dante to continue.
ファルツォーネの望みはブルローネだ。
The Falzone's only desire is Berlone.
お前たちは生異物を盾に
You
して
cannot use the
峡
relic
谷か
as
ら金
bait,
でも何でも
or
好き
you
なよう
can
に引
use
き
the
出せばいい。
relic as bait to do what you want with the church.
ファルツォーネは
We
生
will
異物に
remove
関する
ourselves
一
from
切
the
から
relic
身を
completely.
引いたということにする。
ファルツォーネは生異物を放棄し、ラオ州にすべての情
So
報
the
を
Falzone
明か
will
す
move
と
away
でも。
and give all the related information to the Lao Shu.
そうだ。俺た
Indeed,
ちが持つ情報には
our
価値がある。
information is valuable
峡
enough to
谷と
bargain
取
with
引
the
するには
church.
十分なほどの。峡谷の後ろ盾を得た後は、イギリスだろうがアメリカだろうが、
Once
好
you
き
gain
に
the
進出
church's
すればいい。
backing, you're free to go to England or America as you please.
ブルローネは栄えた交易都市ではあるが、ヨーロッパ随
Cologne
一
is
と
a
いうわけで
prosperous
もない。
trade center, but definitely not the largest in Europe.
ラオ州がこの地にこだ
I
わる
don't
理
see
由は
any
ないだろ
reason
う。
for you to stay here.
と
I
どまるつ
assume
も
you
り
have
も
no
ないようだし
intention
な
of。doing so either.
なるほど。ファルツォーネは邪魔な俺たちを追い出したいわけ
So you
か。
want to kick us out of town?
そうだ。
Yes. Dante answered firmly without hesitation. His eyes were steadily on Yang as he spoke.
生異物に関する情報をすべて明け渡す。
I will give
そ
you
の代
all
わ
the
りに
information related to the relic. In exchange,
ブルローネの実験はこちらによこせ。
we will control Berlone.
この町はファルツォーネが自治を
The
する。
Falzone will
ラオ
resume
州が来
control
る以
of
前の
this
時代に
town
戻るわけだ。
and return things to how they were before you came. Sorry, I've been serious for too long.
ふむ。
Hmm.
もちろん。ただでとは
Of
言わない。
course,
この町における交易で出
deny
た利
you the
益の一部
profits
を
from this
ラ
town.
オ州に納めよ
We will pay you a percentage of our trade. What?
う。利益の一部を恒常的にですか？
Profits? Without expiration?
なあ、
Yes. All the information about the relic hidden until now would be given to the Lao Shu. That meant that the Falzone was going to forsake their mission of protecting the town. He's even offering to pay them money. Even I could tell that this deal was heavily in the Lao Shu's favor.
ファルツォーネの望みはブルローネ。
The Falzone
なるほど
to。control
そう
Berlone.
いうことか
I。see. He mumbled what Dante mentioned, then let out an eerie smile.
悪くはない。
Not bad. He's going to accept the deal?
だがつまらん。
But how boring. Yes! Yes! Give me that sweet bad ending. The smile on his face disappeared. He scoffed at the deal.
ファルツォーネの考えそうな話だな。おお
I
よそ
knew
予想
you
して
would
いた
come
通
up
り
with
だっ
something
た。
like that.
俺は予想通りに運ぶ物事が嫌いだ。
And I
退
hate
屈す
when
ぎて
things
あ
go
くび
as
が出るから
planned.
な。
Where's the fun in that? Something horrible's gonna happen! What?
到底犯罪組織の頭が考える取引ではない。マフィアという存在はどこか歪んでいるな。
I can't believe these are the words of a crime leader. You mobsters are different from other organizations.
名誉だのなんだの体面
All
を
you
気にして
folks
ばか
worry
りだ
about
が、
is saving
俺
face
か
and
ら見れば
honor.
大笑い草だ。
What a joke.
侮辱するつもりか。
Are you insulting me?
事実を語っているだけだ
I'm。stating the truth.
俺もお前も、所詮は犯罪
You
者
and
に
I
過
are
ぎ
the same.
手段を
We're
選ばないの
criminals.
が普通だろう。
Acting this way is normal to us.
それを
But
町の
there you
ため
go,
だの、
talking
住
about
民
the
のため
town
だ
and
の。
things.
何か履き違えているのではないか？
Oh.
先代の息子に生まれただけのお坊ちゃんが
So,
貴族や
was
領
the
主にでもなったつ
young
もり
boy
か
raised to be a noble or some kind of lord? Oh, this music is great.
マフィアはただの犯罪組織じゃない。
Being mafia is more than being a criminal. Dante responded with his rebuttal, but Yang shrugged and continued to speak.
お前の提案への返答は
My final answer to your offer is no.
力で奪うのは好きだが差し出されたものには魅
Being
力を
offered
感じ
something
ない
like
た
this
ちで
is
な
boring. I prefer to take things by force. Yang snapped his fingers. Members of the Lao Shu came running into the room.
約定を破ったな。
Breaking the rules again, are you? Dante glared at Yang while moving in front of me to cover me.
そもそも俺はこの町どころか
Well,
この国の人
I'm
間
not
でも
from
ない
this
からな
town, or even a citizen of this country.
今までおとなしく守っていてやっただけ
You should
ありが
thank
たい
your
と思っ
God
て
that
ほ
I
しい
stayed
ものだ
put for this long. The Lao Shu took out their weapons and braced themselves to strike at any moment. Dante grabbed his gun. He looked towards the exit, only to find the Lao Shu blocking the way. We can't escape if we don't. It was at that moment we heard someone arrive.
面白い話をしてるじゃねえか。
Well, that was interesting. That voice. The voice came from the doorway, followed by the yelling from the Lao Shu blocking the way.
なんだお前ら。
What the hell? Gunshots were fired, and the Lao Shu fell one by one with each scream. I crouched in surprise, and Dante pulled me into his arms to protect me.
どうした？何をしている？
What is going on? No one responded to leave. The source of the voice stepped over the dead Lao Shu and revealed himself. Gilbert Redford!
俺も混ぜてくれよ、ダンテ。
Come on,
それに
I want to
ヤン
join. Dante, Yang. Oh, it's a threesome between the gang leaders. I was gonna say three-way, but even that sounds worse. Oh my god. What time is it? It's only 9:30. How am I... Oh my god, I'm the worst. Gilbert's the best. Gil happily surveyed the room as he led his men inside.
この町の約定を破るとか聞こえたぜ。
I heard something about someone breaking the rules,
だったらヤン、
which
ラオ
means
シ
the
ュは
Lao
ビスコ
Shu
ンテ
is
ィとも
going to
戦
war
争
with
す
the
るってことで
Visconti too,
いいんだ
right?
な。
Why,
よくも。
you? Lee angrily pulled out his weapon. Yang raised his hand to tell him to stop.
今日がそがれた
It was fun while it lasted. Yang mumbled with a bored look on his face.
ギルバート、
Gilbert,
なぜお前がここに？
why are you here?
パルツォーネとラオシュの会合が今日だって。
I heard through the grapevine that the
挟んだもんでな。
Falzone were going to meet with the Lao Shu.
水臭いじゃねえか。同
Hey,
じブルローネ
we're
マ
part
フ
of
ィ
the
ア。
Burlone
声をかけて
Mafia
くれても
too.
いいだろう。
Why didn't old Gil get an invite? Gilbert!
ビスコンティには関係のない話だ。
This has
お前を
nothing to
招
do
く
with
必要はない。
Visconti. There was no need to inform you.
いいや、関係あるな。
That's where you're wrong. Gil's smile disappeared. Then he spoke to Dante in a strong voice.
パルツォーネの考えてることくらい、こっ
We
ちはあ
know
ら
what
か
the
た分かってる
Falzone
んだ
was
ぜ。
thinking.
なんせ、
こっちにはニコラがいるからな。
After all,
あいつは誰より
Nicholas
お
on
前
our
を理解
side
して
now.
る。
He can read you like a book.
ファルツォーネに好き勝手されちゃ
I can't allow
俺
you
と
to
しても
do
黙って
whatever
る
you
わけにはい
please,
かねえよ。
you know.
ブルローネは
If you
ファル
recall,
ツォーネだけのも
Malone
のでも
isn't home,
ラオ州だけのものでもねえからな。
isn't only home to the Falzone and the Lao Shu.
ではどうする？面
So what
倒
do you
な
want?
騙し合いはやめて
And then to all
三つどもえ
sneaking
の全
around
面戦
and
争
an
でもして
all-out
みる
war
か？
amongst all of us. Yang seemed to be gaining an interest again. Gil responded casually.
それも考えたが、
That's
激
not
し
a
い抗
bad
争が
idea.
続けば
But
住
that'll
民にも
drag
被害が出ちま
citizens
うだ
into
ろう。
our mess, wouldn't it?
一般人を巻き込むのは趣味じゃね
That
え。
really isn't my cup of tea.
簡単なのは
What's simpler
ここで頭を
is to
潰すこ
simply
とだ。
kill you two. Do it, Gil. Get them both.
お前らが消えれば、ブルロー
If
ネは
both of
難
you
なく
gone,
ビスコンティ
Visconti
の
would
もん
gain
になる。
full control of Berlin.
簡単だろ。
Yank was smiling more than ever, but I could tell he was still ready to strike. Just seeing him this way was making me shudder with fear. Sure, that's what we'll call it, fear.
正気か？
You're
この
joking,
俺がお前ごときに殺されると思っているのか？
That's the voice. Do you seriously think you can kill me?
殺せるさ。
Of
この
course.
距離なら外さねえ。
Especially at this distance.
待て、ギルバート。
Wait, Gilbert.
動くなよ、ダンテ。
Don't move, Dante.
お
You're
前
a
も標
target
的には
too.
変わりねえんだ。カジノの中にも外にもう
My
ちの
men
部下
have
が
the
いる。
casino surrounded.
お前らが潰し合ってくれてたおかげで人海戦術なら
It
俺た
made
ちに
things
圧倒的
easier
に
that
分
you
があるぜ。
both wore each other out beforehand.
見損なったぞ、ギルバート。
Where's your honor, Gilbert? Dante jeers. Gil glanced at Dante, then spoke.
一つだけ
Yang
ンがいい
did
こと言って
mention
たな。
something true.
俺たちは所詮犯罪
We're
者だ。
criminals.
時には
We
道
weigh
理より
benefits against
利益を優
common
先すること
sense
もあ
to
る。
make our choices.
ファルツォーネはそれができね
The
えから
Valzone can't do that,
こうして廃れてくん
which
だ。
is why you're in this predicament. Yang snapped his fingers while Gil's attention was directed at Dante. A young girl jumps over a dead Lao Shu and charges inside the room. What? Lan!
ヤンを殺したいなら
If you want to kill Yang. The girl drew back her huge weapon and ran straight for Gil.
先に私を倒してよね。
You'll have to kill me first.
女子供だろうが容赦しねえぞ。
Don't think I'm going to go easy on you.
おい、ボスを援護しろ。急げ。
Hey, cover the boss. Hurry. More Lao Shu appeared and began fighting with the Visconti.
お前も行け、リー。適当に遊んで
You
や
go
れ。
too. Have some fun.
わかりましたよ。
Lee frowned at the command, brandishing his weapon and headed into the foray. Meanwhile, Yang kicked away the Visconti standing around the exit.
邪魔
Out of my way.
何を？
What the?
邪魔だと言っている。
I said out of my way. Beautiful. Yang drew his unusual blade from before. Bodies and blood began dirtying the floor with each swipe of his silver blades.
俺たちも行くぞ。
Let's go. Okay. Dante held me close as we made our escape from the ongoing war. Yeah, we're running.
待て。
Wait. Dante pulled me back as the gunfire filled the corridor ahead. It appeared that the Visconti were right around the corner, showering the area with bullets.
さすがはレッドフォードか。悪くない兵の
I
配
have
置
to
だ。
hand it to Redford. He placed the men at key locations. We looked towards the voice, and there he was with his back to the wall, just like us. Yang!
そう睨むな。殺す
Stop
気な
with
ら
your
とっくに
glaring.
襲ってい
I
る。
would have killed you if I wanted to.
ファルツォーネ、カジノを抜けるまで
Falzone.
ひと
How
まず
about we
休
call
戦
a
というの
truce
は
until
どう
we
だ？
escape from the casino? Oh no. This is not going to end well. I already know I'm on the tragic route. It's not going to end well. Dante didn't take long to answer. He nodded at the offer.
いいだろう。お前と協力した方がこちらの生
Working
存
with you
確
will
率も
aid
上が
us
る。
in our escape.
ああ、特にお前は女連れだから
I
な。
can
思
only
うようには
imagine
動けんだろ
you need help, especially with her around. Shut up! You love me.
う。俺が先行する。お前は援護しろ。
I'll
く
go
れぐれ
ahead.
も俺の背
You
を打っ
cover
て
me.
くれるなよ。
Don't you dare shoot me in the back.
そうしたいのは山々だがな。
If only I could.
ふん。
Stop
いや、
flirting.
打ちたければ撃て。それはそれで面白い。
Feel free to fire at me if you want. That would be quite entertaining. Yang leapt out, laughing in madness. Bullets were fired. Dante peeked his gun from around the corner and shot the Visconti down one by one. I was hiding behind a wall, so I couldn't see what was happening on the other side. But I could hear the gunfire come to an end. Dante and Yang somehow defeated the opposition, allowing us to escape. We escaped from the casino and hid in a nearby alley to catch our breath. I couldn't get myself to stop panting. Dante simply wiped the sweat from his forehead with a calm look on his face. As for Yang, he didn't even look tired. He simply sheathed his swords back into their hilts. That's not the right word, is it?
なぜ急に
Now.
ビスコンティが動いた？
What would make the Visconti move like this?
ラオ州とファルツォーネの会合がある
Someone
と
leaked the
情
information
報を
that
漏
we
ら
were
した者
going
が
to
い
be
るはず
meeting
だ。
here.
それができる者は多くないが。
Not many can do that.
私がレッドフォード様にお伝えいたしました。
It was I who informed Senior Redford of the meeting. Huh? The director? I knew that. Why am I surprised? The casino's director appeared in front of us.
お前が
Why
な
did
ぜ
you
そんな
do
真似
that?
を？
なぜと申されましても、私は
Why?
正しいと思うことを
I
したま
simply
で。
did what I thought was right.
正しいだと？
Right, was it?
ええ、この町に3つの組織が存在する限り、
The
ブルローネ
conflicts
での抗争
in
は
Berlin
終わ
will
りま
never
せん。
end with the three organizations battling each other. I was surprised, and then I was like, wait a minute. I know that the director leaked that. We literally saw a scene of him doing it. Why was I surprised?
抗争が長引けば観光客は減って
Tourism
し
has
まう。
already taken
当
a
カジノ
heat.
のお客様が
I
減る
can't
の
have
は
my
困り
dear
ますので。
customers afraid to visit the casino. The director laughed as if he was telling a joke.
貴様
Why you? Dante pointed his gun angrily at him. It didn't seem to faze him at all.
今、銃声が響けば、ビスコンティの構成員が飛んでくるでしょうね。
I can only assume the Visconti will storm over here if they hear your gun go off.
果たして逃げ
Can
切れ
you
るで
really
しょう
make
か
another escape like that? Dante kept his finger on the trigger. Even in front of Dante, who was glaring at him, the director seemed unbothered.
誤解なさらないでいただきたいのですが、
Just to be clear,
私
I
に
have no
皆
problems
様へ
with
の
any
害
of
意
you.
はございません。それより急い
May
で
I
ここから
suggest
離れ
you
ら
all
れた
leave
方が
here
よろ
as soon
しい
as
かと。
possible?
追っ手が来る前にどうぞどこへなりともお
It
逃げ
would
に
be
なってはい
highly
かがでしょ
advisable
う。
to make your escape before you're found.
前々から思っていたが、お前も
Now
相
it's clear.
当頭のお
You're
か
as
しい
mad
男
as I
だ
am.
な。
At least Yang recognizes he's crazy. We can still love him for that.
グラッツェシニョーレ。
Grazie, signor. Yang stared coldly at the director, who bowed his head with respect.
あれつをね、これに構うだけ無駄だ。
It's no use reasoning with him. Yang surprisingly gave advice to Dante, then turned around and walked away. I could also tell something was direly wrong with the director. I gently tugged at Dante's sleeve to urge him to leave here at once. Let's go, Dante. Dante isn't moving. Dante? The director made his move.
ファルツォーネ様、シニョリーナの願い事を
Signor
叶えて
Falzone,
差し上げては
why don't you grant your signorina's wish? He gave a smile and elegantly lowered his head in another bow.
それでは私はこれにて失礼いたします。
Now then, if
ご
you
きげ
excuse
ん
me,
よう。
good day. The director bid us farewell and then began to walk back to the casino. Dante kept glaring at him, but after a while took a deep breath.
すまない。それよりもっと
I'm
カジノから
sorry.
離れよ
We should move away from here now. Are we heading back to Falce?
う。いや、向こうもファルツォーネの屋敷への道には部下を置いているはずだ
I。assume the Visconti have their men stationed along the way back to the manor.
とりあえず、ここから近い教会に向かう。
Let's head to the church instead. The church? I was surprised at his suggestion.
ああ、中立地区の
Yes.
約定はすでに破られた。もう
This
ないようなもの
district
と
is
考
no
えた
longer
方がいい。
neutral. The contract has already been broken.
だが、ギルバートはああ見えて信心深
Gilbert
い
is
男だ。
surprisingly pious,
少なくとも教会
so
で
he
人を
wouldn't
殺
dare
すような
kill
真似はし
anyone
ない
on。church grounds. I suppose so. Gil did come every week to say his prayers at church. We walked through the back alleys and made our way to the church, hoping it would remain sanctuary. We were nearer to the church now, as nightfall shrouded the area in silence. I didn't see any Viscontis around. I breathed a sigh of relief as we drew closer to the church. Someone's inside. Inside was a silhouette standing near the moonlit window.
いやー、待ってい
No!
たね、二人とも。
God damn it! I've been waiting for you two to come. Nicola? Why are you here?
ダンテはカジノでは死なないだろうし、
Dante
君
wouldn't
を連れて逃
die
げ
at
る
the
ならきっ
casino.
と教会に来る。
And with you around, I assume you'd both come here.
そう思ったから先回りして待っていたんだ。
So I
読み
decided
が
to
当たっ
wait
て
for
よかっ
you.
たよ。
I'm glad I trusted my instincts. Dante looked at Nicola with narrowed eyes. It seemed like he had his guard up.
ギルバートと会った？話は
Did you
ちゃん
meet
と聞いた
Gilbert?
の？ブルローネは近いうちにビスコンティの
Do
も
you
のに
know
なる
that
よ。
Berlone
これ
will
は変
soon
えられない
fall
未
into
来
the
だ。
Visconti's hands? You do know that Berlone will soon fall into the Visconti's hands, don't you?
そうなれば生異物も一族の使命も
When
ファ
that
ルツォーネ
happens,
のカポであること
you
さ
won't
え
have
ダン
to
テには
worry
関
about the
係なくな
relic,
るんだ。
the mission, or about being a boss.
君はもう解放されるんだよ、ダン
You'd
テ。
finally be free, Dante. Nicholas spoke in a gentle voice to Dante. Then he looked at me. Something about his smile seemed odd. Yeah, he's a psycho.
でもそのためにはもう一つだけ
There's
し
still
なく
one
ちゃい
thing
けな
I
いこと
need
が
to
残っ
do
てい
to
る。
wrap things up.
君には死んでもらうよ。
I need you dead. Pinker. What are you saying, Nicola?
君の存在はただいるだけでダンテをブルローネに縛り付けてしまうから。
Your very existence is shackling Dante to Berlone.
何を言っている、ニコラ。
Oh my god. My little heart just broke at that, like, desperation in that voice actor's voice. What are you talking about, Nicola?
何よって、そんなに難しいことは
I
言って
don't
いない
think I
つもり
said
なんだけど
anything
ね。
that needs further explanation.
ああ、もちろん僕は
Oh,
ダンテを
I
殺
see.
すつもりなん
Don't
てない
worry.
よ。
I
ギ
have
ル
no
バートとの
intention of
交渉は
killing you,
成
Dante.
立している。
I already got that covered with Gilbert too.
ダンテは生かしておくとして
The plan
ヤ
was
ン
to
の
kill
方はあの
Yang
場で始末
and
する
let
つ
you
もりだ
out
っ
of
たん
there
だけど、
alive.
取り逃がしたのはギルバー
Gilbert
トのミ
wasn't
スだ
able to
ね。
finish the job,
まあ、
so
す
I
ぐに
guess I'll
見つ
need
け
to
て
kill
殺すよ。
him later. Despite the gravity of his words, he was speaking in a very nonchalant manner.
ビスコンティがこの町を支配すれば、俺もブルローネにはいられなくなる。
If the Visconti gained wrong voice. If the Visconti gain control of Berlone, I'll no longer be able to stay here.
そうだね。けど
You're right.
逆に言えば
On the other
町の
hand,
外での
it
自由
also
が保
means
障さ
you'd
れて
be
いるんだ
safe
よ。
as long as you didn't return. Then, Nicola, you betrayed the Falzone family to free Dante from his duties?
いけないかな。
Is that a problem?
僕はビスコンティに協力する代わりに
I sought to free Dante from
ダン
his
テ
fate
の命と
and
ダンテ
save
が
his
使命
life
から
by
解放
working
され
with
ることを
Visconti.
望んだんだ。
お前は俺のためにファルツォーネを潰すつもりなのか。
For me?
ファルツォーネはお前のファミリーでもあったはずだ。
We
それ
brought
なの
you
に。
into our family for all these years, and yet
これもまた時代の流れだよ、ダンテ。
it's just the passing of time, Dante.
そもそも今の政権の
Look
動きを
around
考
you.
えればマフィ
With
アは
every
いずれ
new
消滅する
generation,
だろう
the
し、
mafia comes closer to extinction.
来たるべき終わりが少し早まっただけ
I'm
だ。
just accelerating that inevitable end.
お前は俺が使命から自由
You
になりたいと
seriously think I wish to be
そう
free
願
from
っ
my
ていると思うの
duties?
か。俺は
I don't
そ
want
んな未
such
来
a
を望んでは
future.
いない。
いいや、
No,
君が望んだ
you
んだ
do,
よ、
Dante.
ダンテ。
Nicola's rebuttal was kind and gentle. Dante continued to frown in confusion, but managed to speak out a few words.
それに彼女は関係ないだろ。
But this has nothing to do with her.
あるよ。ビスコンティがダンテの命を見逃してくれた
It
としても、
does. Even if the Visconti assures your safety and well-being,
彼女が生きている限り、教国はダンテの自由を
the
良し
church
とは
won't
しない
be
だ
as
ろうから。
forgiving as long as she's still alive.
でも彼女が死ねば、鍵の
Her
乙女
death
はいな
means
くな
the
る。
death of the key
そうすれば、少なくとも
That means
新たな
you'll be
鍵の
free.
乙女が生まれるまでダ
At
ンテは
least
自
until
由
the
になれ
next
る。
key maiden is found. Why do you want Dante to be free, Nicola?
君には関係ないし知る必要もない。
It doesn't matter to you, and you don't need to know. Nicola then turned his gun at me. Dante stood between me and the pointed gun.
どいてくれないかな、ダンテ。
Please move aside, Dante. Dante didn't move.
仕方ない。本意じゃないんだけど。
I guess I don't have much of a choice. Nicholas sighed deeply and holstered his. He suddenly dashed towards us. Oh my god. Nicola closed in on Dante and immediately punched him sharply in the face. Dante gritted his teeth somehow and kicked Nicola in retaliation. Oh, thanks for the follow, Frosty. Sorry, I was lost in the sauce there of the game. The kick barely landed on Nicola's stomach as he jumped back to create distance. Dante and Nicola didn't want to hurt each other, but neither of them would turn the other way. They were at a stalemate. They would continue fighting with their fists until one of them fell to their knees. Or so I thought. Nicola drew his gun and pointed it at me. He put his finger on the trigger and a sound rang through the church. Ah! The bullet didn't hit me. Nicola, Dante fired his gun and struck Nicola right in the chest. I wanted to. Nicola slowly crumpled to the ground, his blood flowing out across the floor. I wish I wanted to. Nicola, I didn't.
Nicola もかわいそうにな。
Oh, poor Nicola.
動くな、ギルバート。
Don't move, Gilbert.
こんな神聖な場所、血で汚す気はねえよ。
I have no intention of selling this place. Gilbert maintained his usual demeanor, even with Dante's gun pointed at him.
お前がニコラに何かを吹き込んだ。
You
そう
must
だな、
have
ギルバート。
persuaded Nicola, didn't you, Gilbert?
いいや。
Not
ニコラ
at
も
all.
言ってなかったか。 取
Nicholas
引を
said
して
it
少し
himself.
手を貸した。
All I did was
それだ
agree
け
to
だ。
his offer. But this can't
そん
be.
なわけがない。
Oh my god. It was then I noticed a shadow lurking behind a pillar. How long had that person been there? A member of the Visconti pointed a gun at Dante. Watch out! I lunged in front of Dante. What? Surprise. Dante instinctively pulled the trigger. Right? The gun that was pointed at Gil fired, and the bullet pierced Gil's throat. Oh, the blood gurgle. Gil held his neck to stop the blood spraying from his throat. Dante pointed his gun to the person who was hiding behind the pillar. I was on the ground, barely able to keep my eyes open as the conflict came to an end. Gil couldn't stop the flow of blood from his throat. He began to twitch, and slowly his body hardened as the light faded from his eyes. Pink. Dante held me in his arms. It seemed he was trying to stop me from bleeding, but I could tell he was only growing red with my blood. I felt the heat within me slowly dissipating. What is going on in here? What? Pink, get a hold of yourself. I replied, telling him that I was fine, but the words didn't seem to come out. Sister, please call the doctor now. Dante's pleas for help resonated as my consciousness slowly ebbed. That's the tragic end. I think there's more to it still. A few months passed. With Gilbert's death, I was able to make a truce between the Foul Zone and the Lao Shu. I didn't get along with Yang, but he was reasonably useful. He was able to negotiate with the church and expand his operations to other countries. With the Visconti gone, Berlone fell into chaos for a while, but now that the Falzone family was back at the helm, things were starting to return to normal. Then again, with the Lao Shu here, there was no telling when they would try to seize control of the town. To add, the government was cracking down on the mafia more actively now. I could only guess how much longer this peace would last for the Falzone and Berlone. Whenever I felt this doubt in my heart, I wanted to see her. I should see how she's doing. What are you dreaming now? I gently combed her hair with my fingers. Pink was able to survive, so to speak. She hasn't woken up from her coma since that day. I want to talk to you about so many things. Oh, this got way sadder. With Nicola gone, you're the only one I can speak openly with. You know, Carlo is waiting for you too. Please wake up, Pink. I spoke to Pink. She didn't reply. I noticed a book on the desk with a bookmark between its pages. That's right. I got you all sorts of books, not knowing what you liked. The book was a certain fairy tale that everyone knew. Pink, will you wake up with a kiss, just like in the story? I don't like it. A fairy tale. We were living in a fairy tale, one about the lore that had existed since Berlone's birth. Keepers of the Grave and the Key Maiden. Yes, it truly was a fairy tale. If there's such a thing as a miracle. With the slightest hope in my heart, I gently gave her a kiss. As expected, Pink didn't awaken. But I could hear her heartbeat. I could hear her breathing. Even if she may not awaken, as long as she was by my side.
ファルツォーネの使命から逃げようとした。
My punishment for trying to turn my
俺
back on the Thousand Families
罰
mission.
だ。
I gently caressed the sleeping beauty as I cursed myself for the choices I had made. That one's real sad. Like a real melancholy sad, in a way that the other ones aren't. Well, have a good night. Do your dishes and your laundry and go sleep. Oh, I have one more ending to do. I actually think I'm going to call it there tonight, though, too. Thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video, and we'll see you next time. Goodbye.